let's relive that moment. They're marking it at the 1 yard line. It looks like Ayuk may have stepped out at the 1 yard line. Let's see that film again. And the refs are back. After replay, after decision has been changed, it's a touchdown. Oh! Ayuk is on fire, man. Woo! Man, I'm still smoking at the game. Sorry about yesterday. Couldn't get away. You know I would have if I could have. So what we'll do is we'll make it up tomorrow after the 49ers press conference. We'll come out back here and talk some more 49 football. Because it's fun to talk about 49 football right now, ain't it? Ow! The impact didn't hit me as to what took place and what is now actually taken over as far as what's going on with the 49ers, right? And then, of course, yesterday's game, of course, between the Rams and the Cardinals just ruined everything. See, this is the thing, the Cardinals, they did this last year. They came out the gate smoking, looking like world beaters, and then sort of slowed down to a crawl in the second half of the season. So I guess they're on that path again. So now, between the Cowboys and Cardinals, I don't want nothing to do with Tampa Bay or Green Bay in the first round, but between the Cowboys and the Cardinals, I'll take either one of them in the first round. But we got to get it down. We got to get through the playoffs first, though, don't we? So let's not get ahead of ourselves. But Niners display pure I mean pure heart in this game. Since we didn't get to do Monday Night Raw, we're going to do actually move to Tuesday Night SmackDown. Niners versus Bengals is a game we're talking a little longer about, regardless of the 24-hour rule anyway, because this game was really special and dramatic in so many ways. The Niner Empire witnessed what turned into a slugfest, a down and dirty survival of the fittest contest. The names involved in the triumph make for a long list of Niner names. I just hope that, because you know what, fam? Ain't nobody gonna say it, but Aziz always. I ain't gonna say it either. Okay, because Aziz, he's got to come back. And they say he's day-to-day. He's not done. I'm sure, you know what? He's going to play this weekend. I know it. But, I want him 100% out there. Aziz is a bad boy. Who knew the first – anyway. So tonight, taking your phone call for your added reactions in the aftermath of the most dramatic victory of this 2021 season by the Niners featuring the Bengals. Featuring the Bengals? It was their fault. It was so dramatic. The Bengals didn't play that bad. They made some goofy mistakes. That's why I mentioned tonight, Kyle Shanahan actually out-coached Taylor. Taylor, I don't know what he was doing. Let's go over some of the things real quickly before I go to the phone. The Niners beat the Bengals 26-23, as you know. Papa Dragon called it absolutely perfectly. But they beat them on Sunday partly because their best defensive player, all-pro. Pass rushing. And I'm calling him all-pro. Nick Bosa's an all-pro in anybody's camp. He ain't got a title officially yet, but that boy's all-pro all day. He came up with his 2 sacks in the fourth quarter and in overtime. Well, you don't get any better timing than that. And finally, he was joined by a host of other 49ers. That pass rush got a little better this weekend. Arden Key got involved. We've seen Ibuka get his first sack. Even Street. Contavious. Anyway, and one of their best offensive players, all-pro tight end, George Kittle, had 7 catches for 88 yards, including 2 monster third down grabs in the final 23 minutes. But they also emerged victorious because of this. Guess that coach that folks fired at least 3 times this season already. People got to be careful, man. Don't be firing people too soon. You don't know from week to week. This is the NFL. Anything can change in a heartbeat. Coach Kyle Shanahan saved his best for last after his counterpart, Cincinnati Zach Taylor, did exactly the opposite. Yes, offensive play calling was highlighted on the game's 2 overtime possessions, and the 49ers won because Shanahan was shrewd and crude while Taylor remained safe. Well, that boy learned some things this past week, and Mr. Taylor, man, I tell you, you could have won that game. But anyway, the reason you and I could have combined to throw and catch Jimmy G's unhurried 12-yard game-winning lob pass in that left flat to an all-alone Brandon Ayuk. I mean, it really was. Jimmy had to get back out of the way of the pressure, but when you're a professional ball player, it's not that hard. Jimmy just, bam. Ooh, dang, oh! It was because of hard work happened before the snap. That's what set that up. And that's what Shanahan does. He sets up victims to be skewered. With 8 defenders near the line of scrimmage, crowding the box to stop a potential first down run, Shanahan said, okay, y'all go ahead and stand there. Shanahan called a run play. It appeared. The Niners lined up with 3 wide receivers and 1 tight end with Jeff Wilson in the backfield and Jimmy G under center. At the snap, all 5 offensive linemen pulled to the right, which moved 8 Bengals defenders to the side of that field. Meanwhile, Ayuk, who'd been lined up outside wide out, Juwan Jennings in a tight bunch formation to the right, leaked across the line. We've seen that play before with George Kittle. Leaked across the line in the backfield as JG faked a handoff to Wilson, who was flowing with the lineman. You can't make this stuff up, man. The result after JG spun to his left, away from all the congestion, the nearest defender to him and Ayuk were in Cleveland. Oh, throw, game, catch, game over. Oh, God, here come the bomb. Coach Shanahan, who acknowledged it worked better than expected, said, quote, it was first down, so they could honor the run, and we just ran a bootleg and brought Ayuk across. I didn't expect it to score, unquote. Kyle was just hoping for a big gain. That's Ayuk you're throwing to, Kyle. That boy has emerged as part of the Fantastic Four. I gotta come up with a name for these guys. It could be reasonably argued the 49ers had the chance to win in overtime because Taylor blew the Bengals' chance to do so on the previous possession anyway, needing a touchdown to win. Bengals, which had erased a 14-point fourth-quarter deficit thanks to the right arm of Joe Burrow, had the momentum. And the 49ers defense on its heels after Burrow had completions of 26 and 23 yards on the first 3 snaps of OT. Coach Taylor's play call on first down for the 49ers 26-yard line against the secondary that was down its 4th option at left cornerback. That was Demo out there. Demo? A run that gained 4 yards? What are you doing, Coach? But thank you. His second play call, a run that gained 3 yards. Coach T finally called a pass on 3rd and 3. Burrow sacked. Oh! The Bengals kicked a field goal, lost the game, and Coach Taylor didn't push back when asked if he should have ridden with his hot quarterback. Taylor responded to that truth with, quote, yep, I agree with you. That's one that will keep you up at night. We have a quarterback that could win us a lot of games, and there's maybe one more pass instead of a run there. Sure, if we hit that run, I feel great about it, but we didn't. And so then you go back to hindsight, and I'm sure I'll feel a lot of that tonight, unquote. Fam, I got to tell you something. Also, Joe leads the league almost in INTs. Could that be in the back of the coach's mind? You know, everybody says, man, Coach Shanahan, he don't trust Jimmy. Burrows may not trust Taylor may not trust Burrow in every situation either. I'm just guessing here because why'd you do that? Other things that led to the game that pushed the 49ers to 7-6. Speaking of the name JG. Oh, yeah. Isn't known for possessing a particularly strong arm. But reports of its weakness, they may have been a little exaggerated. People are still talking about that Chargers. Justin Herbert, right? Herbert earning a lot of woo-wee for a TD that traveled nearly 65 yards in the air, right? In the words of Trez, hold up, wait a minute. Ronbo, go on and pour some red gold in it. Mrs. Garoppolo's baby boy without a big wind-up. You know how Jimmy is? Jimmy did that same. Jimmy flung that ball deep downfield. That ball covered 59 yards in the air to Travis Benjamin. Now, people are complaining because they thought it was underthrown. I had to laugh. Here's the thing. That pass might have been completion if Benjamin would have extended his arms instead of catching with his body. If he does this number and takes it in, Now him and the defender go down, but Travis is not that kind of guy. The defender got it out of his hands. JG had another sweet deep pass to Kittle in the second quarter, but the on-the-money toss, and I'm a Jimmy guy. I never seen him do that. He dropped that right over the shoulder, and he can't throw outside the hash. It was outside the hash and extremely perfect. But the on-the-money toss down the right sideline also fell incomplete when Von Bell hooked Kittle's left arm, and Kittle failed to make a one-handed grab. That's just an observation, though, fam. Ain't nobody mad about that. It was only 1 or 2 targets Kittle didn't grab in a 13-catch game. George, ain't nobody mad at you, man. That was awesome. That was friggin' awesome. What might have been JG's best pass was among the shortest, though. On the play before the game-winning TD, sidearm, a 9-arm completion on a 3rd and 5 to Kittle, who was in a tight crevice over the middle between cornerback Trey Flowers and hard charge and Bell. That dude Bell was he was all over us. He played great defense that day. But Kittle said, no, Mr. Biggie, get out of my face. Kittle said he appreciated that Garoppolo placed it in a perfect spot, allowing him to take a baseball slide before Bell leveled him. Oh, God, that was fun. Just for the game offensive brilliance, the 49ers were brilliant. If they had lost, there would have been plenty of scrutiny placed on that unsightly 3-drive stretch that began late in the third quarter that included 4 sacks, 28 yards, and 3 punts. And you know this. We know this. It's all over it. The critics are still working the 49ers on that win and picking out every little thing that went wrong. And it maybe just glancing over at some of the highlights of that game. It allowed the Bengals, though, to tie the game after trailing 20-6. Right tackle Tom Compton. You won't enjoy those 3 dives when they are reviewed on film. He played a role in the first 3 sacks allowed. First pass rusher Sam Hubbard beat him up with an inside move, and JG, responding to the pressure, dropped the ball, picked it up, and was dropped by Hubbard. Next, Hubbard beat Compton again with an outside speed rush. JG stepped up in the pocket to avoid him, and was sacked by Larry Ogunjobi. Finally, Compton and right guard Daniel Brunskill double-teamed B.J. Hill. Brunskill peeled off to pick up a stunt. Hill overwhelmed Compton and engulfed J.G. yet again. But, as bad as Compton played, he did play a leading role on the 49ers' first touchdown. Dude flashed. And if you look at that highlight, it's just, oh, Compy baby, man, if you could just do that more often. Flash better than expected. Wheels to clear out cornerback Eli Apple with a downfield block on Deebo Samuel's 27-yard romp down the right sideline. The Niners tried to assist raw rookie quarterback Ambry Thomas by playing with 2 deep safeties. And this is why Taylor's strategy toward the end just didn't make any sense. With one off and shaded to Thomas's side, which I kept crying about the whole game. Kyle, D'Amico, please, man, just have Jimmy just shade. I don't care what happened on the other side. Just watch for Ambry. And, of course, you can't do that all game long because all Burrow's got to do is look right, see what's happening on, and shift back to the other side, right? So, and play plenty of zone coverage. 49ers were able to cover man zone. It was strange. You can't really do that with guys who don't know what they're doing, and Ambry doesn't know what he's doing yet. He's still raw as can be. But that routinely left the middle of the field between their linebacker and safeties kind of exposed. T. Higgins, and you knew T wasn't going to be quiet all day. 49ers did a fair job, I think, against him in the first half. He led the Bengals to 5 catches, 114 yards, and nearly all his damage was done in the same spot over and over and over. Higgins had over the middle grabs of 26, 22, 20, and 19 yards, and Tyler Boyd added a 16-yarder with his big. Man, these guys are big. It's possible Thomas won't start Sunday against the Falcons, even if he clears the concussion protocol, because Dante Johnson could return after missing the Bengals game because his mom died, they finally revealed. And Dante, man, we all feel terrible about that. So I hope everything's okay now with you. And well, you know what? There's never okay with you when you lose your mom. Anybody that's lost their mom, I lost my mom. It just festers in you. Your mom's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. All you're going to do is think about her. But for now, you got to go on. That's how mom would want it. Still, Johnson is a backup option with starter Emmanuel Mosley on injured reserve, with the Falcons figured to be ready if the 49ers offer similar looks. The Falcons are going to come. Unlike Taylor, see, this is why this game this weekend is going to be tough. It really is. Unless I don't know, unless D'Amico can come up with some ideas. I don't know what the 49ers are going to do there. The Niners were probably fortunate the Bengals didn't test Thomas and their secondary a little more often than they did. Cincinnati had 26 runs and 34 passes in the game, which they trailed 17-6 at the halftime. Makes no sense. Coach Taylor said this about that, though. I think one thing we didn't want to get stuck in was just throwing the ball down the field against those looks. So we managed it appropriately. Unquote. Coach, I don't know. That might be questioned. But, Coach, in your non-infinite wisdom, we salute you in the Niner Empire. Bobo! Thanks, fam. Hey, Bobo said it's better to win late in the season. Won 4 of the last 6 and counting. I see us going undefeated until our final game and rematch against the Rams. The Rams look tough right now, too, didn't they? They looked tough yesterday. I give them credit. The Rams did look pretty tough. Why? Because OBJ has got things figured out over there. But you know, as long as we got the shark, I ain't worried about Cooper Kupp, man. You know, but OBJ, with our guys covering, and you know him and Josh, that's gonna be hilarious. Marion.
What up, man? I was like, but dog, I thought it was going to have Monday Night Raw. I guess you were so excited from the overtime thriller that you just got ghost.
I'm embarrassed as to what happened to me. I actually ran into a doorway celebrating, knocked myself damn near out. But Marion, you know, we won this game due to some great play, but also Coach Taylor is a damn fool. Mary, give me some more insights. Let's just continue from Sunday. What are you thinking about that? Was that did we win that game only on our merit, or was Coach Taylor just not up to par?
I thought the Bengals played exceptionally well Sunday.
Okay.
I mean, being down, 6-20 at one point, I thought they played quite well to come back. Their defense stepped up in the second half.
Yes, it did.
It just came down to when we needed porn star Jimmy the most. He did what he had to do twice.
Yeah.
Because the game should have been won off the field goal.
Don't get me started on Robbie, boy. Because Robbie, I'm trying not to be mad about that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
One job, Robbie.
I think
just
Robbie
one.
I think Robbie would come through strong when it counted the most. But, for us to miss a field goal, go to overtime, lose the toss, hold them to a field goal, when I said Sunday, I have to give the credit to Nick Bosa because he made plays on Joe Burrow, and that was a big key. Had Nick Bosa wouldn't have got to Joe Burrow on that third down, I don't know if we'll be talking about a victory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they was driving, they had a drive going. So again, I've noticed this with Kyle Shanahan. Now I don't care what happens this year. If we win a Super Bowl, we go all the way. His ass still needs to get fired because he need to get fired.
He said all that to say this.
Because it took John York to come from Youngstown, Ohio, to have a chat with you, and ever since then, the play calling has been, 9 or 10. You know what I'm saying? For every game, the play calling has been great. Now tell me what was that before John York made that trip? We was on that 4-game skid. You know what I mean? So, I guess now he won his job now. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe John York said, hey, well, you may not get all your money. He said something because the play calling has been you have to agree. The play calling has been very good these last 5 games.
You got it. I wish you could. I don't know where. I'm going to find a link and maybe send it to you. Fam, Marion, you on Twitter or Instagram?
Yes. Twitter, Instagram, whole 9.
Yeah, what's your username? It's not Marion.
It's my initials. On Instagram, it's MLJR24.
Oh, that's you. Okay, I've seen that. Okay, Kyle admitted that he's learned some things since Texas, and it alluded to putting your players in the best position. You know, I got to find that link. I was listening to that saying, damn, Kyle, you sound like a student. And most of us thought you knew completely what you was doing. He admitted to some wrongs and everything. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, what you said is correct. You know, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He was putting. I mean, the play calling was horrible, pretty much the first 6 games. You know, especially. I mean, but outside the Detroit game, that was pretty decent. But outside of that, the offense wasn't moving the ball at all. And then all of a sudden now, you know, we scoring on last drives. I mean, even the Seattle loss. Even in the loss, the play calling was good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna blame. I'm not gonna blame the play calling. I'm not gonna blame Jimmy G. It was just a ball that got batted down. That happens. That happens to all quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? It just happened at the wrong time for us.
Yep.
But needless to say, Jimmy has played exceptionally well. You know, even with the interception, I'm just tired of people complaining about Jimmy when things go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. No, he's not a perfect quarterback. No, he's not a gunslinger, you know what I mean? But he does make plays when it counts the most. And that's my quarterback, and I'm going to stick with quarterback until the wheels fall off. That's just the bottom line.
I like that attitude.
Sticking with it. And don't you get on here on Tuesday talking about the Atlanta game. Look, Matt Ryan, Paul Ryan, D'Amico Ryan, Niners by 10, okay? I can't stand Matt Ryan. That is personal. Okay?
Looking for that.
Personal.
Man, I tell you what, I hope we're not down and out on Monday, because that would make no sense. Because we got how many games within the next week and a half? We got to play Thursday night going to Tennessee. Don't fool around, man. I tell you, I mean, 49ers. Man, we gonna go. And good stuff. I love it.
You know what? I didn't realize that we got to play on the road on a Thursday night. Now, that's a trap game.
All the way to Tennessee.
We'll discuss that later. Everything you said, I'm going to save it. Save it. We'll talk later.
All right. Talk to you shortly, fam. Hey, man, you know what? I'm going to come back tomorrow to make up for yesterday. How about that? That's what I'm going to do. Midweek, Kyle's got things to say.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just don't hit the door tonight.
No, yeah. Got to watch out them doors and stop running through the house throwing drop kicks at nothing. All right, fam.
Chill out. All right, man.
Have a great night, man.
All right, man.
God. Let's go up here and check on. Hey, Steven, come on in, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, you know, it's so exciting to get that kind of win. I honestly, I always admit this later. I thought we were meat going into overtime. You see Fred Warner's face when they did the coin toss and we lost the toss? Fred looks over like, oh, Jesus.
No, I saw that.
You know?
I saw that. We honestly, it shouldn't have even gone overtime though.
Yes.
You know what bugs me?
True.
Here's the elephant in the room that we all have to kind of discuss. Robbie Gould is phenomenal at kicking around 45 to 50 yards, but when it comes to close field goals like 30s, which is his normal go-to, he can't do it. I don't get it. We pay this guy so much money, and he can't kick a simple 30-yarder, but he can kick 40, 50, hell, probably even 60. So I don't get it. But another elephant in the room I want to discuss is, why are you going to stick Ambry Thomas on Jamar Chase when it matters the most? Arguably the worst corner in the entire roster. You're going to put Ambry Thomas.
They try to match the speed. Because Ambry can move, but he doesn't know what he's doing. But that boy can run.
He's hella stiff when he runs.
Ambry?
There's 2 people that got cooked that game. Ufunga and Ambry Thomas. Those are the 2 people that got cooked the most during that game. And Ufunga got cooked in the end zone, like literally got routed and just broke off. And that's what I think resulted in their second touchdown.
I forget which one it
or
was.
is it the third?
And he looked like such a question mark standing there. All of a sudden you could see this
He did.
whole world. It was nothing but him standing there all by himself with the wind and the
Yeah.
cold surrounding him.
I didn't get what was going on.
He'll learn. He made a mistake. They'll look at the film. I bet he doesn't make that mistake again. He really was confused.
Yeah, because he looked completely out of place, and I watched the whole thing. I watched how it got crossed. I watched how he just kind of randomly just appeared. Like, I think who was guarding him? I think it was Jimmy Ward was on him on the receiver at one point, and then they crossed, and Ufunga was supposed to follow up and follow him, but a homeboy, the receiver, just did this quick little inside cut out, and Ufunga was just like, "What do I do next?"
I guarantee you, Troy told him
like,
after the game. You know who called him, right?
No, I know who called him.
What are you doing, brother? Did I teach you that? No.
Speaking of Ufunga, though, there is some family members in Stockton that live here that are directly related to Ufunga. And your boy got to meet them while he was at work, which was what I thought was cool. I was like, all right, that's what's up. Hoping they bring me a jersey.
He's gonna be all right. That's a good learning experience. Fortunately, we didn't lose, but he'll learn, and they're gonna laugh about that later. It wasn't funny when it happened. Yeah.
But overall, though, have you ever noticed how when it matters the most, Jimmy G throws to George Kittle, and it's usually some crazy ass pass to the left? Like, look at what happened in the Saints game that got us into 2019, where it took 3 Saints defensive men to take down George Kittle.
Hanging
and then
on
you
him
look
like
at
curtains.
Cincinnati's game.
It's crazy.
Oh, and then you see the catch, 4.0 in the last quarter, where Jimmy G overthrows and he just so happens to jump up high enough and extend his back far enough to catch it over him. This is every time there's something crazy that happens revolving George Kittle and Jimmy.
Goes to his dude.
It's always to the left side. I mean, I don't get it. We utilized George a lot during that game, which makes me happy because our best games ever played and our best win records we've ever played revolved around Debo and George. If you ever watched any of the 2019 prior games or any of the 2020 prior games, all of our wins revolved around those two.
But now the duo has another ace. This is why I like the 49ers going forward. Ayuk is that guy, Emmanuel Sanders, that we didn't have last year. So now,
And then look at our running back room. Yeah, it's injured, but look at how far it can go when healthy. We have Elijah Mitchell. We have Mostert possibly coming back. Jeff Wilson Jr. is back.
What?
Wait,
time. Did you say Mostert?
Not Jeff Wilson Jr. No, I'm saying we have Mostert, when healthy,
Oh, because I heard he's up and walking well. Okay, but that's not enough time to get ready.
He's up and walking well, but there is a person I do want to discuss now that you mentioned that.
We only got a minute
left.
What's
the progress report? All right, what's the progress report on Jason Verrett?
That's a good question. Since Jason went out the first game, I don't know.
Yes.
I've not heard a word about him.
He's at.
Not heard
that's
a
the
word
one.
about him.
That's another elephant in the room. So, I mean, we'll find out probably next time.
I mean,
but these are trap games coming up.
Yeah.
Play it well.
We'll get there. All right, Steven. Good stuff. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for you tomorrow. I got to make up for yesterday. All right.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, Steven.
Take care.
Well, oh, my God. It's the Book of Champions author himself. Rav! Rav, come on in, man.
Oh, what's good with you, bro?
I don't know. I haven't felt this good in a long time. I couldn't get over that win. I never give up on the 49ers. I thought it was over, Rev. And then I looked at some reports here, and I looked at what Coach Taylor did. Coach Taylor, if I was the owner, I'd call you and at least cuss you out. I might not fire you, but I'd cuss you out. You saw that what they were struggling in the secondary, and you're out there running the ball. And your defense, boy. Look at Rev, what's on your mind? Let's hear you talk.
Oh man, I was at the game. It was a great first half. We were arguing amongst Bengal fans, but
that's how you go to games.
bring them to reality the best way that I know. And
Did you bring
it
up
was
the
a
Super
good
Bowl?
game. It
Did
was
you
a
bring up
hard-
Joe Montana?
Oh, I actually wore my Montana jersey, and I kept turning around. Was like, "Are y'all? Do you not see what greatness is?" So, but yeah, I kind of rubbed it in a lot of Bengals fans' faces, but you know, it is what it is.
Damn.
But yeah, the game. I felt bad for Thomas, being that, you know, I'm a secondary coach in high school. The kid just got cooked. I mean, it was hard. I did find out about Dante Johnson's mom passing away, so that's why he wasn't there. But you know, shout out to Dante Johnson. Prayers up to the family. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you know, we fought, we played, we came in with an intensity. Of course, you know, everybody's going to say the whole, you know, Jimmy, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, we got the W.
Yeah.
It was a hard-fought W. You know, to see Ayuk have that much ball control. And I was on the opposite end of the stadium, so I wasn't on that end zone side. I was on the other end zone side. So to see it, and when Ayuk scored, we were surrounded by just
Bengals.
it was crazy because all the Bengal fans got mad. And I was like, oh, everybody feels butt hurt. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Got the dub. We got to leave.
Rev, you must have been there with some of your best boys, but that's scary what you did. you were just messing with them.
Yeah, I kept, like, the whole game, like, I mean, Cincinnati fans are passionate, just like we are, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it was just, some of them kept just flapping their mouths like, y'all Super Bowl artists, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, the last time y'all were in the Super Bowl, Boomer Esiason was your and half of this state don't even know who Boomer Esiason is, but it's all good. But, you know, it was cool to be around the 49er fam, you know what I'm saying? It was a good turnout for the takeover out there.
A lot of 49er
Shout out to
fans
all the
out there.
chapters and all the 49er fans that made it out. But, you know, we on to the next game. You know, we got some fire under our tails right now. George Kittle is balling like we all know he can. And you know, we just did this game. What is it? Thursday night game, I believe. So we just come in with the same intensity. You know, just stay poised, stay focused. You know, and keep making a run. You know, they're starting to show a different angle about him. Kyle obviously got his head out of his tail and wanted to do better, and so. You know, it's just game by game we can do, and hopefully we can you know, get the W against the Falcons and, you know, make our playoff push and you know, see what we can do. You know, 49er fans.
Let me just ask you this question. I just want to hear your input on this too. Jimmy threw the ball 40 times. I don't want to see him do that every week. But you know what? Kyle spoke about that, and he sort of gave Jimmy a little more leverage, and it paid off this time. Now, I'm not sure if it's because Jeffrey Wilson Jr. wasn't getting it done like Kyle wanted him to at the pace he wanted it to, but seeing if you let Garoppolo get into a rhythm, he's a different quarterback. And now that he's got all-star weapons out there, you think we're going to see more of that?
Hopefully we get Elijah Mitchell back. It will kind of change because Kyle has more trust in Mitchell. Not knocking Wilson, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can do his thing, but
he's
Kyle
not well,
right now just has more. Right, yeah, he has more trust in Mitchell. Yeah, Jimmy throwing 40 times a game is not it, but if he can make the plays that we need, then by all means, let him chuck it 40 times. We all know what Jimmy's, you know, pros and his cons are. And, you know, that last drive of the game, I can honestly tell y'all I was on the other side and he marched us down the field. I mean, he did, you know what I mean? He did his thing. But, you know, not to give all the praise to it, you know, got to give it up to, you know, the offensive line holding up and, you know, him making the right reads and things like that. But, you know, you know, I'm old school, you know, run the rock, control the clock kind of thing. And
I love it myself. Control that line of scrimmage.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not gonna hold y'all up. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be up here. You know, finally got some time to. I've been listening. The Rev's been listening. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my 49er fan worldwide. Represent that red and gold 2, 4, 3, 6, 5. Shout out to the man Ronbo for giving us this platform in order to speak. The Rev has said what he needed to say. Y'all know my motto. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! Ronbo, we thank you. Saying shout out to everybody in the chat. 49ers, we stay up. We got this next game. Do it. We 49ers for life. That red and gold, that's who we be. Rombo, I thank you, my brother. Everybody have a blessed and safe, happy holidays. The Rev is out, and I'll holler at y'all.
Thanks, Rev, and I'll be hearing from you shortly. All right, fam. Have a
No
great
doubt.
night. Here goes
Peace
Rev.
out.
Oh, man. 8. Can you imagine 8-6? We're heading for double digits finally. And Okie Niner says if we're in before last game, we should rest starters. We know what though? We're not gonna. We got. Okie. I don't see that. I see us playing every game, unfortunately, because everybody's a game apart. Well, maybe we could pull up a gap. Oh, I wish they would. Hey, Norm, what time is it? Norm he's Darth
It's
Vader
Niners
tonight.
all day.
I was waiting for it. It's Niners all day. Norm, I need to say that.
I'd have acted like my Wi-Fi was messed up, and I'd have been like, it, not, it, but y'all gotta say. I don't know if y'all read that in poor Wi-Fi dialogue, but that's his Niners all day, and I don't care what y'all gotta say. Man, it was good, man. I was watching the highlights yesterday. I was just enjoying Victory Monday, just basking in this 7-6 glory, having the number 6 seed. They got us facing the Cardinals if we
play today. Yes.
Yesterday, then our next game would be against the Cardinals in Arizona. And the way the Cardinals were looking yesterday, I was like, damn, what kind of Victory Monday is this? Because I know everybody was rooting for the Rams, so we can get that number 5 spot.
That 5th seed.
But man, I know we're supposed to be talking about Niners and everything, but this is
No,
important.
I like this because I was going to, continue because.
Got exposed yesterday. They got exposed.
Norm, all you got to do is contain Kyler. He can't see over the line of scrimmage. People think he's running out there because he's getting ready to escape. He's trying to find people. He's trying to escape. He's moving out. If he takes the option, if you let him go, he's going. But Van had to learn about that. I mean, Miller had to I better not step too far forward. And, of course, he got zoomed past. You keep him within a certain circle, you can stop Kyler.
Well, I mean, we got to figure out how we can stop these Atlanta offense this week.
And then there's that, yeah. Before we get ahead of ourselves.
On Tuesday, talking about the Falcons. But, yeah, I mean,
they're coming after Ambry. I'm telling you, Norm, they're coming after you.
Monday we got the Victory Monday. We celebrated the win over the Bengals, and now it's game plan time. These coaches been sitting out here game planning all day to figure out how to beat these Falcons, and especially Cal Shanahan. This is the important game. This is the first Super Bowl he choked on. Everybody talks about this is, and then they went to Levi Stadium already and beat us there on the year, which was how could I say, a highlight year for the 49ers. It was the Falcons that beat us in that year. So, and I didn't see that game. Hopefully, me being out this time is a good sign that the Falcons will be losing this time to the 49ers at Levi Stadium. Because the Niners they need to get their wins up at Levi Stadium, and they got it's like I like the grit that they got in them right now. I like the attitude that they carrying along, and it's like I said on Sunday, winning different type of games. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, these Falcons play us like they played the Cowboys.
That was kind of weak. They won't.
I mean,
Norm,
look at the Panthers,
they won't.
right?
They'll play us tough.
The Panthers they beat the Panthers last week because the Panthers, I don't know, the Panthers was playing for the Falcons too. I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. It's a totally different league, and I know the Falcons like, oh my God, the Falcons are running, and the Falcons are 6-7, with that. And if they beat us, which I'm knock on wood, you know what I'm saying? Falcons are looking for the tiebreaker that'll get them in the playoff picture and out of the hunt.
Ooh, that's right. That's important. This game.
Yeah, it's an important
Beat
ass
the
game.
49ers, end up in a tie, win the tiebreaker.
Yeah, just let's not sleep on these Atlanta Falcons. Let's bring that same energy that we had against the Vikings, against the Bengals, against, giving the Seahawks their Super Bowl win of 2021. All that. We need all that energy. This is December. December football is this is where it gets tough. And the Niners really gotta, show that they are a playoff team. Just because you're in the picture don't mean you're a playoff team.
And Norm, remember, the Falcons have been giving the 49ers historically for years. I mean, we got moments like the pick at the stick. It just goes on and on. This is not.
Yeah,
the Falcons and 49ers have issues. We definitely have to fight hard when we play these guys.
And they're old school division rivals for some of us who came in, like me, 91. The Falcons were our division rivals. The Seahawks didn't even exist to us. It was some other birds, and it was these fools. It was the Falcons.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
it was all
now,
in the same division.
It's the same. It's always been beef between the Niners and the Falcons. NFC Championship, we win in their house and you know what I'm saying, pop champagne in they away locker room. You know what I'm saying? And that's highlight stuff, man. And this got to be a highlight. They got to have that highlight. I want them to have that highlight energy this week. You know what I'm saying? And just that's gonna be big because you got the Falcons. I mean, don't sleep on these. I just don't want the Niners fans to sleep on these last 3 games. Like, oh, this is easy. No, it's not.
And some of these people on television, well, the fighter Lombardi, the Falcons are not a good team. I said, Lombardi, you know what? Don't. There
was a time where they said the 49ers weren't a good team when the Jaguars went up to Levi Stadium and only got 1 set. When Saxonville came up here and only got 1 sack.
And put a 40 burger on them. No, we gotta go though, fam. These are truths. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, y'all, and don't spoil dreams by getting on a high horse, Niner fans. Let's stay faithful and humble. You feel me? Let's get through this thing.
Got to send that vibe. Norm, have a great night, fam.
Yes, sir. Niners all day.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, we're still basking in the glory. Because honestly, if most of us are honest, we had no idea we were going to win that game. It looked like touch and go there for a minute. But Tony, their coach is an idiot. We talk about Kyle, and people want to fire him. Zach Taylor, what was he thinking? Tony, what was your assessment of this game? Because we haven't talked to you since the game. Share your thoughts with us.
Rombo, my thoughts are like this. Where do I start? Well, to me, it was like the Super Bowl game, exactly like the Super Bowl game. We were 20 points to 6 in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes to go. And we've cleaned up, we were saying before, we need to clean up some areas, drop balls, missed tackles, things like that. We seem to have taken care of most of that.
True.
But I think Kyle needs to learn now, coming towards the end of the season, to once you've got an insurmountable lead like that, he needs to accelerate and put more points on the board and just shut the game down, because we almost copped it up where the sun don't shine again in the last quarter. So to me, we're not out of the woods yet.
Not by any stretch.
He needs to, instead of playing prevent or whatever the hell's going through his mind, he needs to attack and shut down the game so they've got no chance when it comes to the fourth quarter to win.
Yep.
And the other thing that disappointed me was that pass interference rule again. The ball that got thrown to George Kittle, and he went up for the ball with one arm to try and bring it back in while the guy was holding his other arm. And I just could not believe that the whole world's watching, and there's how many referees on the field, and no one saw him holding George Kittle's arm. The guy even tried to make it out like, hey, look, I'm going up with one hand because this guy's holding my other hand to catch the ball. He comes down, he's probably thinking to himself, I'm going to get pass interference for that one. And nothing.
Tony, you're right.
Nothing.
And he was holding hands with George as if it was his girlfriend for about 10 yards. So, I don't understand how the ref didn't have time to see that. I just swallowed it. I didn't say anything. I said, you know what, that's because I'm going to start screaming like I did last week. And, God, Jesus. If it was us, it'd have been a flag.
Oh, straight away. I mean, look at that. The two calls on that kid, what was he, number 20?
Ambry Thomas.
The face. Yeah. If you watch the replay, he barely touches him.
Barely. He went by and he slid past his face. He didn't grab.
It was that's right. There was no grab there. It was a nothing call. And they're calls like that change momentum of the game. But, as far as the Atlanta Falcons go, I mean, Jimmy G is going to be one of those quarterbacks soon. Matt Ryan, he knows he's a ex-Kyle Shanahan quarterback, so He knows all the looks and he knows all the, how they line up, and he can direct his team. So that's
what they did to us last 2019. Yep.
Yeah, they beat us at home, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, they did.
But if we relax on that game,
that will be a D.
I'd hate to lose that game.
Oh, I know, right? But hey, Tony, you know what? I thought during 2019 season, maybe Kyle didn't put his foot on the accelerator because he likes Dan Quinn. I mean, I realize it's a game. This is professional, and you're not supposed to have friendships. Don't matter. You got to win the game. But Kyle did not seem aggressive. He did not seem he was sort of laid back in that game. And the only reason we lost that game was George Kittle turning around that corner. Remember, he had the ball in his left hand. He's running down the right sideline. He's getting ready to switch hands, and he throws the ball into the stands. Yeah. I said, George, if you get that first down, the game is over. Oh, and now people think the Falcons actually beat us. Ah.
He was trying to do the right thing by switch the ball in the other hand because he wanted to stiff arm the guy, but
he never makes that mistake, though.
It didn't happen. But as far as yesterday's game, I mean, that's my thoughts. I think Kyle needs to learn now how to accelerate and just shut the game down when you've got a lead like that. Because, like I said, that was the most stressful game I've watched the whole year.
Wasn't it, though?
And I was in the truck punching the steering wheel and screaming, and people were looking at me in cars going, what the hell's wrong with that guy?
And hurrying up and driving on past you as fast as they can. He's lost his mind. I don't want to be in the vicinity who comes out of that cab.
Exactly. Oh, shit. But,
it's tough being a Niner fan.
Apart from that, I think we've got the personnel. We've got the team to get the job done. I think now it just boils down to the aggressiveness of the coaching on Shanahan's part.
Yeah.
When we've got a good lead, I think he needs to step up to the plate and just keep going and
trust all his guys. Go ahead and trust them. Because they're out there to make plays. Give them a shot. You don't have to get really weird because Shanahan's got to think about that, and he will go conservative. Why? Because he's felt like he's learned down through the years that he's putting his players in harm's way on numerous occasions, and he's trying to redesign his thinking, so to speak, right? And I'm thinking, Kyle, don't go too far with that. They are good players. Let them play. So we'll see.
Yeah, let them play.
Yeah.
And the only other thing that upset me was one of those calls robbed Nick Bosa of a sack.
Was it that Ambry?
Which one? I think so.
Yeah, that was that. What we just got to talk about. He grabbed a face mask. No, he didn't, ref. Come on.
He did it. Watch the replay. It was a nothing call.
It was
bullshit.
just a glance. Anyway, Tony,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's always fun. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm coming back tomorrow. I can't stop talking football now. I got started. All right. Looking for you.
It's that time of the year.
Yes, indeed. All right, Tony. Have a great day.
All right, brother. Thank you very much. Shout out to everyone, and welcome back, Rev. Don't stay away too long, man.
Hey, Rab's even back. I wish I could have been out there with him when he was in the stands. That was hilarious. All right, Tony. Have a great day.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. And Jimmy G49 says, Ronbo, we may not rest players, but how about the Rams resting players at last game of the season because they're already in? Or do they play their starters to try to keep us out? Food for thought. Go Niners. It's going to be really interesting because this year, every game is so important. So we'll see. We have to wait till see what the records are. If the Rams comfortably have positioned themselves to be wherever they are ahead of us, if they're 2 games ahead of us, there is that possibility. Because nobody wants to get hurt going to the playoffs, and the Rams are notorious for that. So, yeah. And Logan Nash says 49ers over Falcons 34-20. Ogie, we just talking about being humble, and you come in with 34-20, a 2-touchdown win. Ellis. Listen, the squad. Ellis.
Ron Bizzle.
Hey, Ellis, come on in here, man. I'm making jokes about Coach Taylor. I don't know why Zach was doing the things he did, but I'm grateful. I'm wondering, though, as I read the article, I felt a little disrespected as a 49er fan. I said, well, you know what? We still would have won. But maybe, as I thought about it, well, I don't know. Now that I think about it, because Burrow was hot. He was heating up, and they hadn't figured Zach completely out or what the coverages were. So I guess we could credit D'Amico on that. D'Amico had everybody in the state of Ohio confused. But Ellis, what are you thinking?
What they trying to talk? What was they saying? What they thought they had a chance or something?
Well, he said he didn't want to continue to throw the ball all day and into those coverages. The 49ers were trying to disguise coverage out there. We were playing a zone man. You know how when they start designing that kind of a defense, it's hard to define when you're looking at it. If you're looking at it from the stands, you're guessing. And even if we're in the locker room, coach is explaining it, but I never could really understand the kind of coverages because if you make a mistake on that, if you hem, when we're supposed to be hawing, it's all you know how it is. It's an in-sync movement. Your ass is going to get cussed out. You right? So you know how to, and Ambry Thomas being, I just got here. All right. When we go into man, you do this. When we're in zone, you stay home here. What am I going to do, Coach? Well, you're going to mess up. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. But go ahead, fam.
Well, it sounded like Ambry got some. He got a little bit of. He got a little bit of style on the bump, on the bump, and on the line with guys, playing man up close and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's good. We need somebody like that, and if he's already got the speed to match, Ambry could show us something as the weeks go by. I want to see something come from him because we haven't, between him, Diamador, Aaron Banks, and with Trey Sermon, it's like we still kind of, it's just a daunting kind of feeling about these guys and not being able to really see them reach their full potential and then being picks that we had and we could have delegated those in another direction. But that's good though. I'm glad he's getting some tick. You got you learn on the job, man. That's the name of the game. You don't always have to be a balance of both. So I'm glad he's in there. But
Talanoa, same thing.
It was good.
He got an education yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I'm just glad to see that the guys are responding and stuff like that. They was trying to cut us up. You know what I mean? And those deep passes, that Hufanga touchdown that he let Jamar get away with in the back. That could have been avoided. You take that touchdown away, their momentum is completely shifted.
Yep.
So, but it's stuff like that happens, and it happened in another game too, though. was that against the Vikings where Tanaloa was back there and there was a touchdown I was throwing on him.
Yeah.
It was the Vikings game or the Hawks game.
But I know,
Yeah,
I forgot.
it was one of those two. But yeah, Tanaloa was back there, and he was he had his back turned and got caught with his pants down. So it's going to be good though this week. I know we got the Falcons. I keep hearing everybody saying not to sleep on the Falcons. We can't sleep on the Falcons anyway because they they got some kind of they always play good against us. Kind of like the Hawks. Even with them not being really good, teams turn it around, man. Just like we used to turn it around. So we can't sleep on them. We definitely got to get this. They trying to find a way to get in the playoffs, like the guys was talking about. And I mean, we don't want to give them that. We don't want to be the ones that give up that opportunity for them. They're gonna have to go get that somewhere else down the street.
That's right. Yep, I agree with that.
But I'm thankful that Debo came in and played. I was really like, we doing too much, but he came in and he got out of there unscathed. So shout out to Debo. They made a really good choice in allowing him to still play.
And played him sparingly, like you're saying. Just a little teaspoon 100%. Of Debo here, a teaspoon of Debo there. But this is George Kittle's day. Him and IU carried.
Oh, my goodness.
What?
Look at Jordan. That's two players, man. That's just two players. We carried the whole damn, offense, the whole game. A little sprinkle, a use check here, a couple of runs there from Jeff Wilson. We got that one touchdown, though, from Debo when he got out that sideline and was looking like he was barely touching the ground. He almost was looking like Raheem Mostert going up that sideline. Looked like his damn feet wasn't even hitting the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, I was saying that during the game. Can Debo run? His steps are tiny and quick. What?
Yeah. Yeah, he's not long and he's not like a long, lengthy guy. He's short, or smaller,
powerful.
You know what I'm saying? But really strong and quick and powerful
like
as can be.
trunks.
So,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, that boy was looking really good, man. And Jimmy played it strong, last end of that, fourth quarter we marched down the field and then that overtime, man. He was 6 for 6. And he got the job done, man. So shit, I'm gonna take it any day. Any day Jimmy Garoppolo's gonna come and get the damn job done for us. I'm never gonna. Look. Go ahead, let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing, man.
He's got to be in trouble, though. Jimmy cannot play normally all the time. As soon as his back's against the wall, though, look how thin. This has happened more than once.
Yeah, and we're like, I don't know, I can't remember the damn statistic, but after that win, when Jimmy's got no turnovers, we only got like one loss or something like that.
We don't lose.
I don't know if that's just on the year or whatever, like 5 or 6-1 or something like that. I don't know. Somebody put it in there.
This goes back for years. Well, as long as we don't turn over the ball. But as a team, if we don't turn over the ball, generally speaking, they're most likely going to win.
They gave us the ball so damn much, Ronbo. I was thinking, like, God, we could have put up a 50 on them. Yeah, we could have put up 50 on them easily.
Yeah,
so we got to take those opportunities, Ronbo.
Yeah, but
they were looking good. They were looking good.
Well, as we go. I'm gonna be back tomorrow looking for you and the squad because I missed yesterday.
Yeah. We'll be here tomorrow, Ronbo, and shout out to the Seahawks for pretend. Russ is trying to waive his no trade clause so he can go to the Giants. Is he trying to do that now before the playoffs? Or is he talking about next year?
I have to read about this. This is the first I've heard of this, Ellis.
That's the news. Oh no, that's what's going around. That's what's going around. He's willing to waive his no trade clause.
Well, he said
get out of there.
He said the day before yesterday. I never said that. These guys, they don't want anything to get out. You don't know, what's going on.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna read about it.
That's all good. Yes, sir, Brother Ronbo, man. Thank you for the platform, fam, as always. Shout out to production, man. Shout out to all the Niner faithful, man. We going. Let's keep on trucking, y'all. Let's keep on trucking. Let's close out. I'll let you tomorrow, family.
Thanks, fam.
Peace and love, man.
Back at you.
Salute. Yes, sir.
Night, Ellis. And there's AB, the Colts fan. AB.
Ronbo.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I love the 49ers right now. You want to know why?
What are you?
I love the 49ers right now.
I know what to do.
You want to know why? No, I'm not going for the 49ers.
It'll be our secret. It's okay. I won't tell anybody.
No, I gotta thank you. Okay. You want to know why? Because we're the 6th seed in the playoffs, Ronbo. Thanks to you guys. I gotta thank you, man.
See,
The co-sign the 6th seed, baby.
So you owe us your support for the rest of the season. And you know what? You're not fooling me, AB. You're a 49er fan. If anything, you're half and half. How you gonna do? You gonna tell your dad, I cannot help you with supporting your team. You do. But you know what? The Bengals are going to. There was something missing from the Bengals yesterday. Weren't they missing a player or something?
I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, they were missing linebackers. I think it may have been the middle, but I think that's why you guys started doing a lot of outside runs, because I think their outside linebacker was missing for that game, if I look specifically. So that's why you guys are still – and then, you know what? I noticed from the 49ers, my dad goes to them, so we were watching it in the living room. Yeah. But what I noticed is you guys kind of went away from Debo. Or I don't know if Debo was injured, but you guys started going away from him in that fourth quarter.
No, he was injured. He was injured against the Hawks.
He went out.
Yeah. No, Kyle was using him sparingly. Don't overdo it. Finally, Kyle used good sense. If George is killing him, then let George kill him. And George was healthy. Yep. And Ayuk's killing him, then let Ayuk kill him. Sprinkles, just sprinkles of Debo. That's all we need.
Yep, that game was good. And I think about this, man. I think Joe Burrow's one of those quarterbacks that he does really good when he's not really under pressure. I think when no quarterback does good under pressure, but I think like Joe Burrow, if you start stacking him, he's gonna start making mistakes. He gives me like old Jared Goff vibes. I don't know why. Like how Jared Goff used to be.
And you could see it in his face. Did you watch the game, maybe? Did you see the camera was on him a lot when he was sitting on the sideline, and he really looked concerned.
Yep.
I saw him in the games. He doesn't look like that.
He did. Yeah, he looked panicked. I'm like, why are you looking panicked?
Because he knows Nick. He knows Nick better than any of us and anybody else that was out there.
Yep.
He knows Nick, and he knows he's a beast. So, he probably told his guys, look, guys, Nick's going to be a handful. So, listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to need you to dig down deep. And I just need, I need a little time to get rid of the ball. But be ready for Nick.
Yeah, exactly, man.
And Nick dropped him 3 times.
And Bosa's he's just such a monster, man. I know Bosa's just in general a monster. I feel like you just have to have a really, really great O-line to like defend him. Slow him down a bit.
Well, you could
from like trying to, but he's still a great pass rusher.
But AB, you got to double team him. So I've seen Bosa go through triple teams. The thing is, you're using a lot of manpower. Now that means the other guys, and it worked yesterday because Ibukum finally got a sack. Why? Because Nick and Arden Key provided all kinds of hell opposite of Ibukum. Ibukum says, well, everybody's busy. Well, hell, I'll go get him. I said, look at this.
Yeah.
He finally got his blow. Ibukum gets his second sack of the year. So that's what Nick does.
Oh my gosh, that guy
provides
he's a monster, man.
privileges
or
opportunities.
Say this, though, I know you're cheering for the. Oh yeah, I know you're cheering for like the Cardinals last night.
Yes.
I was gonna cheer for them for you guys, but I was gonna win money from the Rams winning, so the Rams did win. And the Rams, I think they're starting to get their groove on, and that's nervousing for all the 49ers fans. I know you guys
it is.
hate the Rams.
I'm concerned. I really, to be honest, I am concerned. OBJ looked excellent yesterday, and he was out there running perfect routes. Stafford was timing perfect. They're starting to develop a chemistry now, and you knew that was going to happen. They just didn't know how good it was going to be.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. You knew something was going to happen. Even with the Packers game, I knew that. I don't know, but the Rams, they're starting to find their groove. But however, I know 49ers, even like you said in earlier podcasts that you said that Rams and 49ers game, and that last game is going to be one
seriously important.
One for the playoffs, guys, to get in.
AB, just know this. If I have a healthy Elijah Mitchell, game over. You know why? Because that takes away. Because you know what killed the Cardinals last night? Aaron Donald. He just destroyed everything they want, broke their heart from the beginning of the game, and then ended it by dropping Kyler to end the game. Oh my God!
He actually did that. I was shook, man. That guy's a monster. He reminds me a lot of T.J. Watt. Like, they carry that defense.
Oh.
They help that defense a lot.
Kyler probably said later to somebody who he didn't know anybody was listening, if y'all could just kept that dude off me, man, I could have, done a few things today.
Yeah, exactly. And Cardinals, I know that division, man. Cardinals are they're so traumatized with the Rams that they were so happy when they beat them, and now they're just like, oh, shoot, the old Rams are back.
Maybe we got to go. They did this last year, too, though. The Cardinals came out looking like they was just on fire. And then they've simmered down, and toward the end of the season, second game we played them, we almost broke Kyler's leg, and he couldn't play against the Rams the following week. So, I'm not sure about that team. There's just something missing. I don't know what they're going to do to correct it, though.
I mean, before I go, I will say we're facing the Patriots. That's going to be a really hard game. You guys got the Falcons,
AB, listen.
That should be.
B&R ranks him as number 2 in the power rankings behind the Chiefs. Good luck with that. I don't know what's going on in Patriotville, but they're winning, and they're winning in grand fashion. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm going to need it, man. Hopefully cheer for me, man. See that game, please. Thank you.
I will, because I'm sick of the Patriots. I've been sick of the Patriots for years. All right. Eddie,
I know, man.
Have a great night.
Have a great night, Ronbo.
Thanks,
you, man.
Amy.
And everyone, please give Ronbo respect and say thank Ronbo for all he does. I gotta thank you, man.
Thanks, AB. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
All right. Hey, Casey.
Hey, Detroit versus themselves. What's shaking, Ronbo?
I know. Hey, listen, we pretty soon. Casey, here's the thing about this. When you look at a team like Detroit, Jaguars, they're going to be the envy of the NFL fan bases. Why? Because in those days and weeks before the draft, wow, look who they got a shot at. It's funny how happiness shifts during the draft. If you're picking number 1 in the draft, number 2, you're in the top 3. Wow, look at that. Oh, and they can trade. Look how many picks they got for trading down, But right now, they're the butt cheeks of the NFL. Donberg, you're the left cheek. Kai, Don Burr is not allowed to call. We should unblock him. I always did get a kick out of Don Burr coming in all of a sudden. Detroit versus the world. Like, what does that mean? But yeah, Casey, go ahead, man.
Rombo, you know what cracked me up tonight, Rombo?
What?
Was when someone brought up Robbie Gould and and he's like, I don't know the caller said, I don't know what's wrong with him, and you just said drugs.
I guarantee you the boy smokes a bowl a day. I promise you. Because you know what? You need to as a kicker. You've got to keep your nerves steady. You've got to be laid back. But Robbie lays too far back. Robbie, just one bowl. Don't do 2. God. Coming in the game, he's so laid back that he's kicking, and you see his face when he misses. I said, Robbie, man, that wasn't even that far. 47 yards, right? I think that was a 47-yarder. And we can go home, Robbie. We can go home now. No. We got to play overtime with these guys, and we got to play it in their house, Robbie. We lost the toss. Are you happy now? God.
Why can't we have nice things, Rombo?
I know, right?
I just want to have a nice, clean game. Kyle just calls all the right plays for 2 halves, and they've had a rough fourth quarter for quite some time now. And,
2 weeks in a row, no scoring.
Well, 2 years in a row, really.
But last year you knew why. But this year doesn't make sense.
they're not a good second half team. They don't make good second half
used to be.
adjustments. They just don't. But I like what there was a stat that they showed, and they showed it right before Joe Burrow went 3 plays down the field on us.
Mm-hmm.
That D'Amico Ryan was like, his defense was like 6th overall or something. They were like 4th in pass defense, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm not sure, if that's really the same now or whatever, but I feel like you can pretty clearly see that D'Amico's gotten better this as the year goes on, which is good timing.
Good call. You're right.
And
he scared Zach Taylor.
They're probably going to be in the top 10 of the power rankings, and they're 7-6. So I mean, they just got to stay healthy, and they just got to get their foot in the door, and maybe they'll get a good matchup. And
Casey, because the playoffs is a different animal. Everybody gets time to take their time, execute, and work out and practice, get everything down, polished. This is why playoff games are so much different than regular season. So whatever you're seeing in the regular season, that's going to change in the playoffs. That's why playoff football versus now. Oh, that's another game. You got to get in there first, though. And we got the right guy to go into the playoffs with. If we get into the playoffs, we're not. I can't imagine us going out in the first round. Any guy that goes up against Kyle Shanahan in the first round, as long as he's got Kittle, Debo, and Ayuk, and his favorite guy, because you know what? No matter what anybody says, Kyle knows it. He wins with Jimmy. I don't know why all the time, but he wins with Jimmy. So he's got his guys, the Fantastic Four. Now, first team we play, Dallas or the Cardinals, I think that's going to be a win. We got to get there first, though. Casey?
Well, I mean, I had the Rams last night. Rams are definitely playing better than the Cardinals are.
By a long shot, too. Not even close.
I mean, they're definitely like the Australian guy said. They're definitely not out of the woods.
The Rams or the Cards? Or us?
No, the 49ers. Yeah, they're not out of the woods.
No.
I mean, they're pretty thin on defense. I mean, they really need to get Drake Greenlaw back and
paper thin.
They need to get E-Man back in secondary, and we need to see a little bit more out of Eric Armstead and.
Oh, I know. Eric's been double teamed a lot. Hey, but Casey, last night after Ambry Thomas went out, I didn't realize that he had a concussion. Did he? Do you remember when he went down? Who played his? Oh, Diamador.
Ronbo, I'm not sure who. I don't even know who Ambry Thomas is, to be honest with you. Up until yesterday.
Yes, we got him in last year's draft, 3rd round. Traded up to get him.
Well,
did we trade up to get him? I think.
Ron,
sure.
I feel like defensive back is a very tough position that really talented players at, and you kind of gotta get your feet and
it's a lot of work.
Get some.
You got to be alert. You got to.
I mean, it's a tough game.
Yeah.
I really like I really like Joe Burrow. I really do. I think he's got some swagger to him, and
he's good. He's you're number 1 pick. You definitely usually are good. I don't know what's going on in Jacksonville, but this guy's good. Anyway, in case
they really need to get they need to just run the rock and.
Everybody wants balance if we can do it. But Casey, we're going to run out. I'll be back tomorrow though, and let's continue.
I really missed you last night, Ronbo. That sucked last night. I was so upset. I was like,
thanks.
I hope Ronbo's okay.
Oh, we win. If we lose, you'll hear from me. That's when to be concerned. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take it easy, bud.
You too, Casey. Later. And Okie Niner says the fourth quarter in the last 4 games, we've only scored 3 points. And I know everybody in Santa Clara is talking about that, Okie. Let's see what happens this week. Emilio out in Berkeley. He is the song of the city. Why? 'Cause he's Emilio. Emilio, hey, you know what I miss, man? You zooming in on a Sunday and you're out in there in front of your barbecue pit. I just realized those are always some of my favorite shots.
You know, I haven't really been doing it. You know, since it's kind of weird. I don't know, since the whole pandemic happened, I haven't really been out there. I don't know. It's been weird. I don't even know why. Because my mother-in-law's the one with the grill. She just tells me turn it on, and I go outside and turn it on.
And then you go back and sit down, right? And forgot you turned it on?
Yeah. So it's just weird. I don't even know why.
But Emilio, I'm telling you right now, we could have been actually Zach Taylor. As I read that article, I was laughing and said, you know what? True. They took their foot off the pedal. Ambry Thomas, but the coach actually D'Amico. Emilio, why don't you give D'Amico some credit? D'Amico scared and fooled Coach Zach Taylor out in Cincinnati. Ambry wasn't going to do nothing. And actually, after you exposed Ambry, you were still scared. I mean, it's funny.
It just they don't know what they were gonna deal with. It just I don't know if he just made it seem like he was just scared of him. But I don't know. It just D'Amico's getting better. You know, we give him crap for when he messes up or doesn't fix stuff, but
like that, that's how we do.
He's also learning on the fly.
Yep.
He's learning on the fly. You got to give the man some credit. You know, sometimes he comes out with packages and the shop defenses. So.
See that perfectly timed blitz?
And then you know what I noticed though with kills is our PI. He's really killing us. Like I said, you can blame Josh Norman, but for every mistake Josh Norman makes, he gets us a fumble. So it's somewhat.
Don't forget about the Hawks game. Who was that getting molested in the end zone? No PI. No.
So for every bad play Josh Norman does have, he does come out with good ones if he gets into the ball. So, you know, he just does need a little extra help. So. I know we do need another corner. So.
We don't. That's it. Diamador, Ambry, Josh, and Dante will be back next week.
I just know at this point that you gotta let the guys play. They gotta get more experience. At this point, since we're getting close to that, they gotta play more, especially our rookies, just in case you don't know another injury or something. They gotta play a little bit more since we're getting closer to the playoffs. But you gotta force those guys out there.
Yeah.
With injuries or without, they have to play more.
And Ambry's got to be better for it yesterday, right? I mean, he learned some things. Hopefully more than
with the
just
hands
shame.
to the face, because you know, I was listening to two different podcasts, and they had two different views, and they blamed D'Amico for that, for Ambry putting the hands to the face, and then one of them was, I forget what his name was, but they were blaming him, and I listened to him with Crocker, with Eric Crocker. He had a whole different view. He was like, he never really hasn't played, but you can't really blame him for the face, those hands to the face.
He did do it 2 or 3 times, though. I forgot about that. That's true.
No, he did. He did, but it was just like, it's the thing because he hasn't played. You can't really blame him for that. You know, it is the coaching thing, but he just has to learn how to aim lower instead of aiming for the face. So I was like, well, he's like, all he has to do is play more, and he fixes it. It's just he hasn't really played. He's basically saying he hasn't played basically for 2 years.
No experience.
You can't blame him for that. So, but then, like I said, I listened to the other one. He was like, oh, that was a different podcast, and they were just blaming it. It was like, oh, that was horrible. He shouldn't be out there. I was like, I don't think so. I was like, like I said, I listened to Eric Crocker. I was like, no, he actually has because he actually played in the NFL. So
yeah.
You know what?
The thing is, we don't have anybody else to put out there. We don't have nobody. Ambry would not be playing if we had somebody else. That's the thing people have to understand, and that's what's so scary. Ambry had to play.
Yeah. No, that's what I said. That's what Eric Crocker had said. He said he had to play.
Yeah.
He needs to learn. He needs to be out there more. He said with more experience, you wouldn't do that no more. So he just has to play. At this point, he's like, if we're getting into the playoffs, he has to play more. Just to play more. So I said, he plays more, it'll help him. He's like, I don't blame him for those calls. Yeah, they could have been avoided, but he's like, no. That was
and he panicked because he's got a slow get off. Because the dude ran by him, and all of a sudden he freaked, and he grabbed at him. And, I don't know why his hand was so high when he's grabbing at him, but that's what ended up happening. So, and we'll talk about Higgins and Jamar. Man, my God, that's got to be frightening. Oh, I felt
No,
bad
it was,
for him.
hey, it was crazy. It was crazy. But like I just said earlier, they got to learn. They got to play. They need the experience. They had to. Like, so we get into the playoffs. We're gonna play better receivers when we get in the playoffs.
You
So
know,
you just got to think about who the teams are playing.
and we got two guys
So,
because we got to deal with Kyle Pitts Sunday. Who's going? Fred could probably deal with Kyle some. Anyway,
well, he's a tight end. He's a tight end, but
but you know he's going to line up. If they're smart, they line him up on the outside. Boy, don't let me give him no ideas in case he ain't already thought about it. Here we go. I'm going to be back tomorrow looking for you. All right? And don't make Mom wait. Fire up that barbecue. All right?
just one more thing. I know I heard Norm earlier talking about let's stay humble. No, forget that. This is playoff time. Let's get off. We're going to beat these Falcons. Yeah, forget that. It's playoff time. It's December. It's the following December. You can't stay humble. You got to root for this team. Yeah, let's go. Forget that. We're killing every team from here on in.
All right.
It's Super Bowl and playoff time. Let's go.
That's it. Time to get down and dirty. All right, fam. See you tomorrow.
All right. You have a good night.
You too. Hey, Brian. Brian.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Brian, did you know, according to our chat, that the Hawks got 3-1 to finish the season? Brian, you know what? Here's the thing.
Oh.
You know, we have a couple of people in our secondary. They do a good job, though, because when you think about how badly a team like the Bengals can do, are we appreciating our secondary well? Because Coach Zach Taylor, Cincinnati Bengals, I don't know if he was more scared of Kyle or D'Amico, but he would not try anything. They were kind of conservative. They're out there running the ball, short passing game. I was looking for him to come out there, bombs away, and they didn't do it. So you know, I'm applauding D'Amico, and you know, but what are you thinking about that?
Well, first, Ronbo, shout out to you and shout out to production.
Thanks, man.
Secondly, I am still continuing the get Roger Craig in the Hall of Fame campaign.
Oh yeah, well yeah,
and
that's
thirdly, it's always ongoing. And thirdly, to address what you said, I thought D'Amico, I thought he showed a little aggression through the defense, like letting them blitz a little bit, a little bit more aware of it. Yeah, and I think Ronbo, sometimes you just gotta, sometimes you gotta be a doer. You can only learn by doing. If you get burnt, you get burnt. You get burnt. But you gotta be a doer. That's the only way you're gonna get better.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get better by, sometimes making casualties, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing, Ronbo, I was wondering what happened to our rookie DBs, because it's like I saw them like in the first 2 weeks, and then I didn't see them no more. So I'm thinking like, did they AWOL or what? I mean, what's going on?
They got exposed as rookies.
And you play, and you play in the cornerback position. That's the position you gotta have a serious case of amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta play.
Ain't that the truth?
It's gonna happen. But
and Brian, especially if you were brave enough to enter the draft as a cornerback in the NFL.
Yeah.
What were you expecting?
Yeah.
It's
not. Yeah. It's not like you're gonna be. It's not like you're in the Pac-10 or SEC or whatever. You're in the pros. Everybody's good. You're gonna face a top guy. And if you're a true cover corner, as they say, if you're a true corner, then 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get the best every week.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the best every week. And Ronbo, let me ask you something. Somebody brought this to my attention. one of my students. You know, I'm a school teacher, so one of my students.
Okay.
He's a Green Bay fan, and he was talking about what's Green Bay receiver's name, Freeman.
Devontae.
And I'm wondering.
Oh, not Devontae.
Yeah, I'm like, how did we? I'm like, first of all, how did we miss out on him? How did we miss out? I know Green Bay didn't.
I always
draft
worry
before
about the
us or
draft.
whatever.
And you see that cornerback that the Cardinals picked up in the 4th round?
Yeah.
How did that is a real solid. How did they get him and we didn't? We could have gotten him in the 3rd. Brian, I wish I knew the process. I don't know what scouts talk about when they get on the phone. I know if they get together, they collaborate, they have a conversation. They know what the coaches are looking for in players while they're out there looking for players. They look at film together, they evaluate, and they come to conclusions. But it's not an exact science, right? So, it's really, it's tough. And hindsight's always 20/20 afterward.
How do we skip over guys like that? And how do we even DK Metcalf? I'm thinking he went like what, 3rd? We couldn't pick him. I mean, we couldn't pick him up. That was our number one right. If we had him, just think we could have been headache to the Seahawks versus the Seahawks and the Seahawks being a headache to us.
And they would add something else. But you know what? They probably would have had Debo. You know what? Here's the funny thing about it. Both those guys, I think, were in the 2nd round. DK was late in the 2nd, or midway through the 2nd, and we picked him up right away, right?
Yeah.
Now that I look back, Brian, if you had to do it over again between DK and Debo, what would you do?
Ooh, I don't know.
Knowing what you know now.
I don't know. I think
it's tough.
I took a shot. I think I took a shot at Metcalf. At Metcalf. I think I took a shot at him. Not that I'm disrespecting Debo.
No,
I think
I
I took a shot at it because he's big. He's big and fast.
Yes.
And that's what has there been the talk of us for the last 2 or 3 years that we needed a number one? We needed somebody with size.
Yep.
We needed somebody with speed. Well, that's a combination right there.
He checks all the boxes.
I
was all over him in the beginning before the draft. All you heard me saying every day, DK. That's all I could say. And the Hawks got him, and I felt all the air come out of my lungs.
I mean, Debo was an SEC player. Metcalf was an SEC player. He went to Ole Miss, so he wasn't no slouch. Either way, you weren't gonna miss out. Either way,
Him and AJ Brown.
But I thought he would have came close to addressing our needs in the neighborhood. We wanted a big number one receiver. He could have got it both, and he's fast. We know he's fast.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play in the SEC. You can't play in the SEC if you're not fast.
DK's got Olympic speed, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the intercept? Remember the interception that last year that what was it? Arizona got, and when they played Seattle, and he
Buda Baker,
and he walked him down.
Right. And he came out of nowhere.
Down.
You see this big dude coming to the camera shot. Who was that? That's DK. Jesus.
Yeah. When I saw that, and you remember, Ronbo, if you remember when he got drafted, he was crying.
I know.
He was crying. He thought he was going to go first round. He was crying. He said, "What are y'all?" He told Seattle, "What took y'all so long?" I'm thinking like,
it's just, Brian, we got to go though. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. All right.
Okay. All right then, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, again. Shout out to production. Shout out to the 49ers faithful. Stay faithful. Don't lose your faith. Faith first before anything.
That's right.
Red and gold, like Carlos said, red and gold till I'm dead and gold. And the law is out.
There you go. Brian, appreciate you, fam. Look for you tomorrow. Have a great night.
All right, later.
Ew. And forget about it. It's Niner Mike. Mike.
Oh, there he is.
forget about it, all about it, Ronbo. How the hell are you over there?
Doing okay, Mike. You know what it was after you win, the whole week, you're just everything's peaches and cream. And, and then when you lose,
I know.
it's
Hey,
like,
I missed you last night. I don't know if you ended up coming on or whatnot. But
no, I got caught up in some things.
I was looking forward to it, Ronbo. I was looking forward to it. It's always a good thing. A victory Monday, after a victory Sunday. And, look, first of all, I want to say, thoughts and prayers to any of the 49er faithful. If you're in here that live out in the Midwest dealing with them tornadoes, my thoughts and prayers is out to you.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a horrible deal. I know some people personally live out that way, and it's just a terrible thing. But my prayers is with all of you, and I hope everyone is all right. So, that being said, that being said, Ronbo, boy, oh boy, did we beat the stripes off those friggin' Bengals! I gotta tell you, and I know a lot of people. It was a closer game. It was a closer game than what it had to be. You know what I mean, Ronbo? It was a closer game than it had to be. Everyone, that watched the game knows we gotta stay level-headed, not trying to get too, pumped up about anything or whatnot. But, I really hope, Ronbo, that Jimmy could just string together a little bit more of the consistency. I hope that the confidence, I hope that his confidence builds up, because when he's confident and he's playing like that, Ronbo, it's lights out. You know what I mean? It's lights out. He really, could get the job done. Now, do I want to pay him $27 million a year from here on out? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
In fact, it gets worse. If he were to stay, the price would go up.
And that's the thing. I don't know, Ronbo. I really don't know. I do know this, though. I know that Peter King and all the other people talking about, they don't know what the Niners are going to do next year. That is great PR, let me tell you. That is really, really good because you got to start
puts his
now,
trade value up.
No matter what happens, whether we go to the Super Bowl, whatever, no matter what happens, you got to start now building the value for Jimmy G. You got to build the value. And if he looks or smells anything like just a plain lame duck quarterback that everyone knows we're trying to get rid of after the year, then we're not going to get nothing. We're going to get peanuts for him. So I love the angle. I love the angle, and it's no disrespect to Jimmy G. Jimmy G is who Jimmy G is. That's it. And we talk about this throughout time, Ronbo. It's been now several years we've been talking about this. All right. And you just got to live with what he is. He's Jimmy the Jet. He's going to give the other team a couple of gentleman opportunities to either get a turnover or have a play against us. And if we can overcome that, or if the other team doesn't take advantage, like the Bengals, right? They couldn't get the ball when he dropped it in the backfield, and the one guy couldn't hold on to the interception in the fourth quarter. They do either one of those things, and we may very well have a completely different outcome of the game. You know what I mean, Ronbo? That's just the facts. No one could deny that. That's just the reality of it. So that being said, that's what our hinges hope on from here on out to the future. And as for the other teams, I'm looking forward to the friggin' Sea Scum getting eliminated here over the next week or so. Their little hopes and dreams are going to be dashed. I seen the little prick that was in here. What was it? When we lost him, he was in there, the Seahawks guy talking his shit. Listen, you freaking C-bum. You guys ain't nothing but a pile of bird shit on the end of the balcony, all right? That's it. On the end of the balcony, out there somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, that's about all that needs to be said when it comes to them. And as far as the Lambs are concerned, I'm going to just say it like this, Ronbo. If the Lambs are who we have to worry about, I'm not worried. You know why? Because out of all the friggin' teams, I swear to God, out of all the friggin' teams, Jimmy G steps on the field like he owns the Lambs the way that Russell Wilson steps on the field when he plays
owns us.
Whatever that ridiculous record, I think what Russ is like 18-4 against us or whatever it is. So even in the shittiest of shit seasons for the Sea Scum, he steps on the field against us with the utmost confidence. Well, guess what? That's how Jimmy G feels when he plays the shitty-ass Lambs. That's how George Kittle feels. That's how a lot of the guys on the 49ers feel when they play the Rams, and that's why we end up doing so good against them, because our confidence level is extremely high. We know we could beat them. We could beat them with whatever instrument we find in a 5-foot radius. We could beat the shit out of the Lambs with them with that. Now everyone knows that. That's the bottom. So I'm honestly really not concerned. I'm more concerned with, I would say, the Bucks. All right. And I'm more concerned. Really. I'm more concerned with the Bucks, Ronbo, and the friggin' Desert Birds. They're like a 50-50 flop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could go in there like the Lambs did last night. It's not really daunting playing at Arizona. It's not. It's just not. It's not a big home field advantage for them. What is daunting is you can get Kyler Murray to death. You know what I mean? Like you can call the perfect play, and he could do that little stupid run around Minnie Mouse shit, and find freaking Bernard Hopkins down the damn field, and forget about it. You know what I mean, Ronbo?
But you know what?
Those are the two teams that really worry me. I'm not worried about the Packers, even if we have to go up to Green Bay. I think little Aaron's pinky toe is going to be a friggin' problem.
I know that he keeps telling me my toe's fine. He might be lying. Mike, we're out of time though.
Well, we'll see.
We'll find out. I wish somebody hit him on his toe.
Down, I don't know how fine his toe will be with the little bear with little bear after him. You know what I mean? Little big bear.
Step on his foot. Oh, I'm sorry.
To see, Ronbo. But other than that, I'm excited. Hey, if we handle business, I think we lock up a postseason spot within the next 2 weeks. I think mathematically, if we can get this win against the Falcons, and then get another win in a quick week, bounce back, and we got to take advantage, Ronbo. I know it's thinking 2 weeks ahead. We have to handle business this week, but we got to freaking take advantage of the damn Titans not having Henry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, Ronbo?
We got to take
advantage. That's why I feel
Mike.
This little stretch right here is perfect. We got a hard win against Cincinnati. A lot of people thought we would maybe lose that game, but we got that win, and now we can bang it out really quick, back to back, boom, boom, boom. I think we'll lock in a playoff
Mike,
spot.
my dude,
and then
we're out of time. Mike, you can't and then. Mike,
I'm going over there. All right, Rob.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Rob. I love you, man. I love you, Rob.
I'll be back, man.
I can talk this shit all night. I love you to death.
I can tell. I'm loving it.
And I'll catch up with you later in
Just
the week,
bookmark it, Mike.
Shout out to all the faithful. I love all of you.
Thanks,
all
fam.
right.
See you tomorrow.
All right.
Night, Mike. And it's going. Hey, Bethel, come on in.
Hey, Ronbo.
Here we are, Bethel. We're in. We're still doing Victory Monday, but we had to do it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I tell you, Bethel, if you look over things, the 49ers played really solid when they needed to, and they came through in very clutch moments. People still want to talk about some of the things that went wrong during the course of the game, but you know what? That's football, and things are going to go wrong during the course of the game.
Okay, Ronbo. One thing that people should know, that if the Bengals would have won this game, they would have been first in their division.
Ooh.
The Ravens would have been knocked out of the first place.
I didn't know the was that tight.
Now, all because we won this game, we beat a playoff team. These guys were really good. Now, because of what we did, now they're out of the race. Now they're in 9th place. So now they're going to have to really win more games to go back into the playoffs. Yeah.
Is that right? Are they? Are they that far? They're out of the playoff picture?
They're out of the playoff picture because of what we did. But if they would have won that game, they would have been the first place in their division, and the Ravens would have got knocked out of the first place and would have went into the middle where they were at.
That's right, because
I
forgot about their division. The Bengals and Browns are in it.
Yeah.
And
now the Browns are in the middle on the second, and they're in the third.
Wow.
So
They really needed to win that. So that's why tonight I says, their coach, Zach Taylor, he didn't really play to win. He played carefully. Did you see the short passing game and all that stuff? And they tried to run on us. And they didn't really play Bengal football like I've watched them play. Honestly, Bethel, when I saw them play other teams, I was worried. And then they came in and played like they played yesterday. And I said, that's funny.
Yeah, this was a good team, and, and what we did, we did something that, usually we don't do. We won by passing the ball. We usually were winning by running the ball. This time we won by passing the ball. If we could do both, we could run and pass, then this is going to be a dangerous, more dangerous team. And plus, another thing, in the third quarter, we lost number 51, and he was the one that was making plays on our defense. He was the one stopping the running game. He was the one doing the smart plays. So when we lost him, we lost a big key in our defense.
I can't remember.
In the third quarter.
Who's wearing 51? 51. Okay, Arden Key's wearing 51.
A playmaker.
Oh, what am I talking about? Of course, the stud we just got, all of a sudden rose to fame, Aziz. Aziz is wearing 51.
Yeah. So once we lost him, because he was making the smart reads. He was the one avoiding people and going after the ball. Yeah, because of him. They couldn't do nothing because of him. And also another thing that I noticed is that when they had to go back, they were throwing the ball to the outside because they couldn't go in through the inside. Unless they threw it to the tight end.
Yep.
The tight end was the one killing us through the middle. Because the two safeties on the top were getting number one. Because remember, number one was doing a bunch of things to other people. He was a playmaker, and he got after us towards the end.
But you know something, Bethel? I've been tired of us running that crossing route across the middle of the field. I said, everybody says, well, that's the only thing Jimmy can throw. I knew that was BS. I said, you know what? That's Kyle's plan. We saw a lot of different passes in this game, and I said, you know what? That's always been available. But Kyle insists on that crossing pattern because he likes to time it and thinks he's going to catch defenses off guard. Well, hell, Kyle. Why do you think that? You are smarter than that. I mean, even I know better than that. Don't continue to do that consistently. Shift it. And they tried it yesterday because they had to, probably due to what you're saying. And look what happened. Success.
Yeah. So it's and then another thing that I was listening to after the game, I guess Kyle talked to one of his good buddies, one of his friends. And he asked about Jimmy, and he told him that what he liked about Jimmy was that he's handling everything that's going on with the media, with the quarterback and everything. He's doing everything professionally and doing the right things, not letting nothing like that bother him. He just wants to do his job and do it right, even though he, did some bad plays. But, remember, Achilles Azar, if he would have looked at the ball, he would have got an interception, but he was looking at the guy, trying to tackle the guy that was going to get the ball. So,
it's going to be like that. Well, what is interesting is, where is Jimmy going to be next year? That's pretty funny. What really worries me too? What if, who's going to back up? I guess it's too early to think about who's going to back up Trey Lance? And we don't even know how good Trey Lance is. Are we getting ready to go into, because everybody thinks Trey's going to be just this awesome thing, but we haven't seen much. I hope he's good.
One thing that I seen, some of the people some of the other teams like the Seahawks, the Baltimore Ravens and stuff like that they have mobile quarterbacks, they usually get somebody that's mobile to back him up
Yeah,
So
so
like
they have to
that,
run
they
two
don't
different
have
offenses.
to change their game plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I've seen that some of them are doing, and some of them actually pan out and actually do pretty good. Because you've seen that happen when Lamar Jackson got hurt. You could see their running back, their backup quarterback
Bethel,
actually do that.
I just figured it out. The 49ers are going to draft a quarterback next year of similar style. You know what?
They might do that.
But you know what? He wants him to become a pocket passer too. Kyle wants that first. He wants a pocket passer with the ability to run, not the opposite.
Yeah, because what he wants to do also, one thing he wants to do is
real quick.
Imagine if Jimmy G was more accurate, and he would throw the ball a better accurate. We would have made more plays, and we would have been having more offense good plays than bad.
Which is always going to be the case. So, but Bethel, we're going to have to go. We're way over time.
Right.
Let me see you tomorrow, though. We'll be back, okay?
All right, Ronbo. Hit a like for Ronbo Sports. Let's go, Niners.
Thanks, Bethel. Have a great night.
All right, Ronbo.
Hey, Robert. Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, Robert, we're just sitting there digesting what happened here and wondering. I didn't realize Cincinnati was playing for position in the playoffs. That was a weak effort.
Oh, yeah.
If they was playing for that. I didn't realize.
Oh, yeah. They was up, like, they would have been, if they would have won, like you said, they would have been the number one seed in their division. And Baltimore would have went down to, like, 3 or 4? Something like that in the overall standing. So by them losing, I think it did push them way far down. They got to work to get back into the playoffs, but I think they'll be able to.
And work
they got a
hard.
chance, but they got to work hard though. But so they were putting forth their best foot to beat the 49ers. It's not, we accomplished something, Sunday by beating that team, and we got to look at the cup half full, not empty. So, our cornerbacks, in the second half, they realized how they could beat our cornerbacks because of the safety help over the top when routes were open. Well, our cornerbacks, our young cornerbacks now get to go back and see themselves on film and how to cover those routes.
And say things like, man, what was I thinking? Hopefully.
Right. So, yeah, so they get to work on it, and they'll progress as we, they still need to continue to play because I think we always talk about the play calls, like Cal runs similar plays through different schemes up the middle, the passing, crossing routes. But what if he's playing chess and not checkers? Meaning that if we get into the playoffs, with the deeper we go into the season, the harder it is to do film study on the 49ers. See, now he's putting something different on film than what most teams are saying. So Atlanta has to look at something different. So we run a couple more, play a couple more games with this week. If we play it a little different, like more out routes, more routes down the field, versus not a whole lot of crossing routes. Now, Tennessee has something different to completely look at. You got to consider the inside route, crossing routes. Now you got to consider out routes and deeper routes, and Jimmy throwing the ball deeper. So maybe he's playing chess instead of checkers.
And hold it back. So that means he had no respect for the Hawks, but he had quite a bit of respect for the Bengals, right? Because like you're saying, he mixed it up. He wasn't throwing the ball in the same place every down, throw the ball across the middle of the field.
We should have beat the Hawks with our generic offense. We should have beat the Hawks.
That's what Kyle thought.
Go into his, seriously though, honestly, we all knew that. That's why we saw the same thing against Arizona when we lost to Arizona the second time with their backup quarterback, because our generic offense should have beat them. We had better players, skilled players on the football field. Our skill and understanding of the offense should have beat them. He shouldn't have had to go into
it's worked before. That's
his
true.
Playbook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, why should you, and their best is on the sideline? No, I shouldn't have to go. Y'all need to win. straight up and down. I shouldn't have to do any gadget plays or any trick plays or flip the whole script. No, go win, beat them heads up playing football. So now, we get into the playoffs, which I think we will. I'm almost, 80-some%. Getting close to that range.
There.
So we're going to make the playoffs. Oh, yeah, I got that much confidence.
See, if the Falcons, but Robert, Falcons, how many years we talk about a pain in the butt Falcons? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I don't count them out. We got to play. You know what? I'd rather play Tennessee than the Falcons. There's something wrong with playing the Falcons as well as there is the Hawks.
Yeah.
So I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, I understand that. Oh, yeah. But I think I'm confident in the team we're putting together because we have more of an upside than Atlanta does right now. So that's kind of where I stand with it. They kind of trending downwards. We're trending more upwards. So I think we can get it done.
What's that?
I heard somebody talking about.
They got a player like Debo. What's that guy's name? Anyway, they got a version of Debo, and I'm just wondering about him and how we defend him.
I think we hit him in his mouth a couple of times. He's a version, like a dollar store version, Those parts free. 2 for $1, Debo. You know what I'm saying? The 50-cent pack.
Tony, thanks, Tony. Cordell Patterson. Yeah, that's a Debo too.
Oh,
everybody wants a Debo. Cordell Patterson. They want a Cordell Patterson and a Debo. I think watch next year. If any player like that is in the draft, he's gonna get swooped up. That is an ace in the hole. That kind of player can kill you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 4 quarters of tackle and that, just going to see what you made of. So,
And then he goes out on the route.
Oh, yeah, he can run around. Now, I say he's a dollar store Debo, but I really don't mean a complete dollar store Debo. But he's not Debo.
He's better than that, though.
Like, let's be honest.
Robert, let me before we quit, though, let me run this by. Say what I'm going to start asking everybody about this. Know what we know now? DK versus Debo. Who would you take? And
Hey, you read my mind. You read my mind because I wanted to touch on it. I would take Debo, and the reason being, I don't think without DK having a quarterback that he has and the type of quarterback that he has, I don't think he would have succeeded like that with Jimmy G. Like, Jimmy G doesn't go down the field. He would have became a Yak brother.
And Kyle doesn't go down the field. I heard an interview with Kyle. Kyle says he likes to leave chance as much. He doesn't go a lot of deep downfield plays. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. This is why what you see is going on now. When Jimmy G leaves, it's going to be interesting to see what he does at his next team. This is Kyle's offense. It's not because you saw Jimmy G cut that ball loose yesterday.
Oh yeah, but that's just not. He's not very accurate down the field. His percentage down the field isn't that accurate because he doesn't throw the pass enough. I mean, I'm not saying that he can't, but he doesn't do it enough to even have a good percentage in it. Being that's not what we do.
So, if he had a Jamar Chase, some of these speeches that are running around beating the defense, we can clearly see where that guy's going. He'd put it there. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes and how he does.
I like DK, but I would have went with Debo.
Yeah, and I think now that we know,
we're seeing it in the wrong head. Now that we know what we know, DK was a baller in his first couple years. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking no promo, but I've always had that stance. I don't want people to think I take this stance now because Debo's having his best season. No, always stood on the side of the fence. I would have took it.
And Robert, you're talking about what you mentioned is the thing. Debo's got versatility that DK does not have. So
no, he does not have.
All right,
he's almost a one-trick pony.
It gets mad if you don't throw the ball. All right, fam. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. All right.
All right, y'all have a good one. Ready to go till I'm dead and gone.
Go. All right, Robert. Have a great night, fam. And let's go check out on Frank. Hey, Frank, come on in, Frank. Uh-oh. DeMario Kendall says
Ronbo.
Pitts will have a better game than Kittle. You know what? Hey, Frank. You know, boy, Frank, come on in, man. We had to cut you off the other day because you know how quick our way after the game. But Frank, you want to elaborate any further on what you was talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You have
I ain't gonna say. I ain't gonna. Yeah, I'm up there eating a fish sandwich. My bad, Ronbo. Look, hey, Ronbo, I couldn't even get the words out, Ron.
I bet it's catfish between 2 slices of cornbread. Every time, because Frank, what part of the country you living in?
Up on it. I'm DC.
Okay, you're not in the South. Because every time I go down around Texas and Arkansas and Louisiana where my relatives are, I'd always be shocked at the things they were eating. I had cousins who would get cornbread, have some pig ears and hot sauce on it. I looked at him like he lost his mind. What is that? Was it pig ears? Yeah, you don't want none of that? You need to put the hot sauce on there. And the catfish would be fried so hard that mostly you could taste was the crispiness. But it tasted good, I must admit. But Frank, go ahead, man.
Back to the game. Ron, but you know, I like I said, I accept the win, but I wasn't excited about the win. You know, I feel like we got to learn how to capitalize, you know, all for when we get turnovers. You know, instead of turning threes, turning touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's it. We just got a lot of little stuff we need to clean up. You know what I'm saying? That's just as a whole team. There's a whole team. You know what I'm saying? Is that we, you know, I'm not going to talk about, we going all the way now. We got to still take it one game at a time because
Amen.
We hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going all the way with the corners we have. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the secondary we have and we playing against, you know, top-tier teams like Tampa Bay or the Rams. Like, we got to be, not the Rams, Tampa Bay, Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to be realistic.
Rams too, Frank.
The Rams too, but
what's really weird is they keep surviving every week. They didn't get not brutalized. TJ Higgins was running through the middle a lot, but they kind of contained Chase a small degree. You know, because I was looking for Jamar Chase and Higgins to just go buck wild because, like you're saying, what are we going to do in the secondary? D'Amico needs more credit, fam. I don't know what he's doing. He's scared. Zach Taylor, Cincinnati's head coach. They weren't running the same offense they run against everybody else. What is? I got to go back and watch that game again.
No. You definitely give him credit, but you know he's doing the best he doing the best he can what he has. You know what I'm saying? So we can't really hold him to the fire because he don't really have no talent. That's like Robert Saleh. His first or second year. Remember, we didn't have the talent, and we was complaining about getting rid of him. You know what I'm saying? And once we gave him a little talent, and then you know what I'm saying, we had a top defense. You know what I'm saying? So
he's head coach.
I mean, you know what I'm saying. So the D'Amico, he doing the best he doing the best what he has. You know, and that's what I feel with Cal. Cal had to learn how to. If you don't trust Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? Then and I agree with you on that. If you don't trust Jimmy, why do you still have him in the game? You know what I'm saying? So so I'm a little confused about that. You know about that trust Jimmy part. But you know I ain't gonna bash Jimmy, man. You know he did in the overtime. He almost threw a pick six, but the dude dropped it. So I moved past that. So I'm gonna give him credit. In overtime, he did go 6 for 6 and
you know what?
marched down the field. We got a touchdown.
You don't want him to get conservative.
I'm gonna give him credit for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because the near pick six, okay, but you know what? He did so many good throws in this game that you got to look past that pick six almost. You know, because if he gets conservative and he's worried about throwing picks, then we don't win that game.
That's true.
So I want him to continue to think like he does. Just watch out what you're doing, you know. So I don't know what to expect. Frank, here's a scary though, Frank. It's early, but if the Falcons think they're going to play the 49ers and do what Bengals did not do by trying to exploit our secondary, I'm a little concerned about that because they got some horses that can do a job too. If Kyle Pitts gets rolling, oh my God.
Yeah, man, we're gonna see. Should be a good game. So we just, they gotta they gotta continue to show me. And then another thing with Jimmy got to learn how to hit the players on because that pass to Benjamin, he threw it too late. Benjamin been open. If he would have just threw that as soon as Benjamin got past the guy, he would have just threw that, then threw it right in there. Benjamin would have caught it because he had to stop and then he had to jump up in the air and try to, catch the ball. Jimmy he be missing the players too late. You know what I'm saying? He miss them when they open too late.
I got to look
so he
back
just got to do
again.
a better job with that. Yeah, watch that play again. Once he threw it. Benjamin was open for a minute. He threw it late, and that's how Benjamin didn't catch the ball. The dude got the corner, the DB, caught up to him and got because Benjamin had to stop and jump because he underthrew it.
He wasn't running
instead
stride
of
for stride.
overthrowing. He underthrew it.
He wasn't running stride for
Nah,
stride.
Benjamin burnt. Watch the play again. Benjamin burnt the dude. All Jimmy G had to do was throw the ball. As soon as he seen him, he got a little burst up on the guy. He just overthrew it, and then boom.
But
he probably would have caught it. You know what I'm saying? No telling. He probably would have caught it or not. I don't know.
Excusing Jimmy on that throw, but if Benjamin would have caught it with his hands and tried to catch it with his body, he makes that play.
Yeah, but Jimmy he threw it too late, so it ain't really. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Benjamin supposed to catch it, but Jimmy should have threw the ball. Release the ball a little quicker than what he did. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, him and Benjamin don't even. I don't even know if they see each other during the week, so it's a no wonder because Kyle does not want him to play for some reason, and after Travis dropped that punt return, whatever that was the other day, Kyle is probably just playing him because he didn't have anybody else. We need a legitimate speed threat. Somebody really will smoke that defense, and then they'll probably get it for next year. And because it's going to be the same problem with trade too. You got to get your butt out there, and you got to beat your man. That's why we got you, because you can smoke them. I'm gonna let this thing fly, and I ain't even gonna look. I know you gonna run underneath it. So this is what I want to see.
Yeah. In the all-season Ronbo, our number one goal is a cornerback, man. We need a cornerback, and another pass rusher. And another pass rusher, man. That's
Frank,
what we need, man.
Get ready for your feelings to get hurt, because you know why? If Mike McGlinchey's not coming back next year, you know what's going to happen, don't you?
Well. It's my first round.
No, you know what? Second round, the 49ers select blah, blah, blah out of blah, blah state. Right tackle. Oh, no. Kyle, what y'all do? Oh, man. I can just see it now. Because Mike McGlinchey.
They bag in the corner.
Yesterday, Jimmy was lucky, man. They could have killed him. I give Jimmy credit because the fact is that was a breach all day long. And he still managed to get off most of the shots for good shots. But you know what? They're going to have to get something done about that right side. Trey's going to get killed because he doesn't have that kind of release. And I'm telling you, I said, man, we got to do something about the right side. And please, we got to do it fast. Frank, we done ran out of time. Frank, I'm going to be back tomorrow, though. And I'll hush and let you talk the whole time.
No, you good. I love you, Ronbo. Appreciate you taking my call, man. Shout out to you and production.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that fish sandwich on point, Ronbo. That thing on 1 million, Ronbo. Have a good one, Ronbo, man.
You too, Frank. See you tomorrow, fam.
All right, thanks. I'll see you tomorrow.
God. But he said fish, though. He didn't say tuna fish sandwich. My favorite. Don't tell anybody I said that. It's considered low class to like tuna fish sandwiches like I like them. When I go to Subway, I all that great stuff, give me a tuna fish sandwich, extra mayonnaise, and give me several layers of American cheese on it. That is the lowest class sandwich you can order. It tastes so good. Shh. Hey, Josh, a Rams fan. Hey, Josh.
Hey, man, what's going on? You finally picked up, man. What's going on?
Josh, I didn't know you was waiting, man. We don't get a lot of Rams fans except for Rudy. So, Josh, what's on your mind?
Man, I've been listening to the callers calling in, man, and y'all asking for DK Metcalf. He don't fit your team.
Yeah.
You got John Lynch, who was an aggressive defensive player. They're going to draft physical people on the offense and defense. If you look at the mold of the team,
Mm.
George Kittle, Debo,
Mhm.
everybody that you pick are physical runners. They block.
Hey, good point, because we got rid of Dante Pettis because he's soft. That's a good point. And I thought I saw that last 2 years ago, yeah.
And you look at the Seahawks, right? DK and Tyler Lockett, they're deep threats.
Yeah.
The Seahawks gamble a lot. They play action and they throw it down the field. All deep shots. If you ever watch the Seahawks.
No, I have.
Arizona.
And Russell Wilson does that.
They go as far as Kyler Murray. The Rams, finesse. They're more technical route runners, right?
True.
So if you look at the teams in our division, man, they shape different. So the Niners will never be a team until y'all get rid of probably John Lynch. That's when y'all will probably start bringing in good players. The players that you want to bring in.
Josh, you don't think the players we're getting right now are very good?
No, they fit your scheme. You have, like, Brandon Ayuk is a good player, right? But he drops the ball too much.
Who?
Debo is one of the best wide receivers in the league, right?
Yeah.
He can run the ball. He can play fullback. He can block. He can play wide receiver. He can play punt return. He can play kickoff return.
Yeah, he could probably. And
Hell,
that means
he
he
might
could
be able
probably
to
play
play
on any
linebacker.
team. Yeah. No,
Exactly.
Debo's a football player. But then we got 2 or 3 guys that fit that. George Kittle's a football player. Debo's a football player.
He's a beast.
I mean, Fred Warner is a football player. These guys are just
football players.
If we was kids and we were playing out in the back lot, who would you pick? You'd pick Debo. You'd pick George. You'd pick Fred. These are guys that are just whatever they're gonna do it well, right? Yeah.
They fit the scheme, man. And Kittle is one of the best wide receivers, the best tight end in the league. But Jimmy G, y'all complain about Jimmy G a lot, but he's a game manager. He plays within himself, right? So if Jimmy G is on, those slants y'all throw to Kittle or Brandon Ayuk down the field or the wide zone run, if y'all got that going and running the ball, man, y'all will be unstoppable. But if y'all try to play
other football
outside of yourself with Jimmy G, it's not going to work.
Yeah, those are timed routes. And Josh, you know something that a lot of people don't understand. Those timing routes take years to perfect.
Yep.
Especially when you got guys coming in and out every year, right? This is why Ayuk had to catch up with Debo and George. And you can see the margin of knowledge between George, Debo, and Ayuk. But Ayuk is catching on, and he's caught on for the most part. But it's a slow process with Kyle's offense. McVay is somewhat the same way, but you've got guys, skill players, like you've got Cooper Kupp, the best in the league right now. Actually, you picking up OBJ, that's why Kyle wanted him. He does exactly what this kind of offense wants. And you run a similar offense as well, but not as smash mouth.
Yeah, I think, man, once you got to keep Jimmy G in, man, and ride with him through the playoffs. Run the ball, man, get healthy. Use check a lot. Put him in the offense, man.
He's not
run
using
your
enough.
scheme, man, and y'all hard to stop, man. If y'all running the heavy packages against the Atlanta Falcons or the Texans, y'all gonna run all over them. But if y'all try to play outside yourself, man, with Jimmy G, y'all make mistakes.
Yeah, and that goes for any team. As soon as you start changing identity, and it took us all year to establish an identity. So, they're not going to refer too far away from it, maybe add on to it. But the 49ers are still going to run the ball and try to play tough defense and take advantage of the opportunities they can through the air. But, that's pretty much the plan. So,
let Josh Norman go, too, man, because this game right here, I promise you, watch how many PIs he has against if he plays Kyle Pitts this game.
Oh, we ain't got nobody else. We ain't got nobody else. I got Dante Johnson playing on the other side of the field. I got a couple of kids, just drafted them this year. They ain't ready for prime time. Not at this particular time of the year. I really don't know what we're going to do about that. They're going to get better. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Because ain't no more veterans to sign up.
I think y'all front office, man, before I go, man, is built. Y'all kind of built like the Patriots, right? So Patriots don't pay any players, right? You look at Kyle Van Noy and you look at all the players that they let go. They don't pay players. They build them up when they want big money, they let them go.
Makes me so
San
mad.
Fran is the same way. They're not gonna pay people, or if they do pay people, they pay the wrong people. So
And good point. And the bad thing about it is what they do in New England, guys like Van Noy and even Judas, that guy that best passer, these guys were not considered prime-time blue chippers. They're good, solid players. But why do they look so good? When they get to New England, it still blows my mind. It's been blowing my mind for years. I said, that dude is not, he ain't all that. Look at him. He's the most vicious thing out there. It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, man, I see all these people in the chat, man. I've called in to respect the 49ers, man, but we got y'all the last week of the season, man, so good luck, man, and we hope to see you in the playoffs to play hopefully we get the number 2 seed or number 1 seed, and y'all have to play either the Cardinals or Green Bay, and y'all put them out the first round. That's my wish. So everybody talking shit about the 49ers, we need them in so they can beat one of these good teams, so we'll be good to run the table.
So somebody's got to get Dallas. We want Dallas.
Somebody do, and I don't want to get Dallas. I honestly don't want to get Dallas. I want
listen, don't let
the
Dallas
number 2
fool you.
seed to play Washington, or the number 1 seed to get the Buccaneers.
There you go. Just
the bad thing about it, if you get the Cowboys with momentum, it's going to be hard to beat.
I know they can be
People
tough.
don't realize.
I do, but I know the Cowboys as the Cowboys, and they're going to find a way. I can't wait till the first round. Josh, you're a lot of fun. I tell you what, call anytime. All right, we'll see you later. We got to go now. All right.
All right, man. Appreciate
it. Josh, have a good night. Sometimes it's fun to especially when people are hostile. Rudy's not hostile anymore. This guy's not hostile. Look at Tony. Tony's great. AB's a closet 49er fan, though. He ain't fooling me. He's a child. Okie Louder says D Ford gone Wednesday. Somebody else posted something like that earlier. Is D Ford really been released? Tomorrow? Okay, we'll see. Okay, now thanks for that. Hey, T.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
T, tuna fish sandwiches, D Ford getting released, and a Rams fan calling and wishing us good luck. It's been a bizarre year, T.
What does it come to?
Yeah, T, I didn't know the Bengals were in a situation where they must win. We just broke the hearts of the entire city of Cincinnati. I didn't know that.
We sure did.
And
I'm kind of conflicted.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm conflicted because I really want some chaos, so I want the Bengals to win the North, personally.
Yeah, how come?
Let's switch it up.
Okay.
Because down for a couple years, so it's good to see a team get back on the rise and do something new.
Hey, I know. The Steelers are in that division. So it's the Steelers, Browns, Cincinnati, and Cleveland, right?
And the Ravens.
Oh, no. It's not the Steelers. It's the Wait a minute. How many teams is that? Ravens?
4. So Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, and Browns.
Yeah. Steelers. Okay. But anyway, that's a division that's been very interesting. You mentioned Cleveland and Cincinnati have both been struggling for a long time. The Ravens just rolled to prominence. Yep. Actually, the Ravens have always been pretty much ownership of that division, right? For a long time. And, Ravens, Cleveland, Cincinnati. Was that 4th team?
Oh, yeah, it's basically all the teams.
No, Ravens, Cleveland, Cincinnati. What's number 4?
Oh, Steelers.
Steelers are in that division. Okay. So, the Steelers have, that's been going on back and forth between the Steelers and the Ravens. That's been a cold, hard war for a long time. Okay. So, you're right. It's good to see Cleveland. Actually, Cleveland and Cincinnati, which is pretty funny. But you know what? We don't want to talk general football because we're going all night. But what do you got to say about the Bengals having not looked like there was no aggression? There was no Bengals football, not really until the end of the game.
Yeah, it was pretty surprising for the most part. I was genuinely surprised they didn't attack Norman as much as I thought they would.
Or Ambry Thomas.
Or Ambry. So that was like, what's going on here, guys?
Should we give more pressure to the to we give more maybe give more credit to the pressure up front? You think?
To a degree.
Otherwise,
I
I
think
don't
they did their job.
know.
Yeah. I think the line did pretty good defensively.
He still had a lot of open looks.
Like we held them to 6 points though up until the fourth. But I mean,
yeah. Now that you think about that,
I feel like we always
really,
do that.
that's God. T, we got to give D'Amico credit. We're sitting there. Everybody, all of us, we're sitting yelling, "Oh Jesus! Look! Oh God! Whoa! No, not a PI! You know that's all we do for 4 quarters. They're holding ref. You know they're holding Bosa. They're holding him. At the end of the day, they had 6 lousy points, a couple of field goals. You know what I'm going to try to do, T? I'm going to try to relax this Sunday. Just don't overreact to every play. The defense is not struggling. I'm gonna see how long I last. I'll try. All right, go ahead. I just think out loud.
Let's take it slow. Let's enjoy some of these games going forward. Let's breathe a little bit.
Yes.
For me, I was up in arms about every little thing. I was
Same
so
here.
irritated with this team. I was up in arms for the right reasons. So I was warranted. It was warranted. But let's just breathe. It's yes.
Because you don't know what one thing's going to lead to another, right? Even Ambry Thomas grabbing that guy Higgins' face every time he walks by. Ambry, but you got missed once. You're getting away with that, and then they finally called on him. But it's just a brush. But stop brushing his face. Oh,
Ronbo, Jim Ford had a pick.
I know, right? We got a penalty.
Was hot. I was so irritated. Oh my God, Ambry.
Ward would have his third pick. That's second pick this year, right? Third.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh, but no, Ambry. But it's cool.
Yeah, we won.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Like we did what we needed to do.
Yeah.
Towards the end, I'm happy the George Kittle is a beast.
Guys,
Let's
a complete
just say
animal.
that.
Yeah.
He's a animal. Great guy.
Yeah. Love that dude, man. The guy's going to be a card. You know, George Kittle, he could stop playing football today, and Hollywood would be all over him. His personality. I make him an action hero. Even I could write the script. I'd have George Kittle be, you know, the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is like the biggest thing in Hollywood when it comes to action. Man, George Kittle surpassed him within 2 years. Because Kittle's just a lovable guy, man. He's hilarious, but tough.
Tough guy. It was good to see. Like I feel like some people said it the other day, but we kind of needed one of those games.
Yeah.
And it's like a very good game to build some character, you know, going down the stretch.
Awesome point.
How we would respond.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we responded well.
Show some fortitude.
Jimmy made some throws that he needed to make, and he did a good job.
Yeah. I mean, that was a masterpiece at the end of the game. 6 for 6. I mean, you know, that one throw that I just thought, but man, I said, you know what? That's okay. If the rest of those throws are on target like they are, I mean, I'll live with that one shot. But my God, that was just, I mean, the whole team just came together and orchestrated a masterpiece. That was the only way we were going to win that game, T. Whoa. Ooh. T, let me look for you tomorrow, fam. And because I'll be back tomorrow. Once I get talking football, I can't stop.
All good.
All right, fam. Have a great night.
Love you too.
Hey, and let's get, hey, Tony, Atlanta, the man we're going to be meeting this weekend. Tony!
Ronbo, what it is?
Tony, man, we're talking about the Cincinnati Bengal game, and the thing is, you know, I don't know if you do this with the Falcons, but you know what? We do cry too much about that defense. You know what? Ambry was a problem, but they didn't have no points until the fourth quarter, and you talk to every other 49er fan, and we're all pissed off the whole game long. You know, we have got to learn to appreciate what's going on. You know.
Ronbo, I think y'all's low point though of y'all season. Y'all's low point was that Indianapolis game. Ronbo,
that was
no
bad.
disrespect. I could not stop laughing.
They beat our ass.
Your fan base was going off after that game.
They whipped us like stepchildren. That was. Everybody says we could have won all them games. I said, no, you wouldn't go beat the Colts on that particular day. The Colts had us going and coming, and they beat us sideways. They beat us up and down the field all day long. It was brutal. Wind was raining. I thought I was watching a horror movie. God. Oh.
And y'all was playing a dome team, and y'all just came off the bottom.
Yeah. That's the funny part, Tony.
Yeah. But Ronbo, I was telling people in the chat, I'm a realist, Ronbo.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to the drafts. I want to trade Calvin Ridley. I like Calvin Ridley, but he doesn't want to play for Atlanta. If we can get a second-round pick for Calvin Ridley, I will be ecstatic. That will give us 3 second-round picks because we got one in the Julio trade. We're not going to beat you guys, and we're not going to beat Buffalo. And I had the chat was going off on me yesterday about it. And today, I'm like, well, I don't care, man. Let's be real now. Who have we beaten? We are not as talented as we was last year or the year before, as far as talent-wise. But, we'll see what happens.
And Matt Ryan is a good sport because – I don't know how much the Falcons wanted to move him, but he seemed to not have a problem with he knew that you guys were bringing in new pieces and taking Julio away from him and stuff like that, but he still wanted to stay. I think fans in Atlanta, Falcons fans should actually appreciate Matt Ryan for that reason. Just like Jimmy G. Jimmy says, I'm a professional. This is what I do. I'm just here to win. He's not a lame duck. Jimmy's not moaning and groaning. He's not saying anything. He's just going out there and play. This is why I'll always, even after Jimmy's gone, I'm always going to love Jimmy G. For the one when he came to us, we was like manure. Okay, we was like a cat box litter. Jimmy G came in like on the back of a horse, just jumped off and led the 49ers to a quick touchdown against the Seahawks. I'll never forget that game. And from that point on, we ran the board from that game on till the end of the season. So when people ask me, "But why do you support Jimmy G, man? He sucks." I said, because you know what? My loyalties lie with also a history. If a player did something for me that I really appreciated, I ain't going to hate him. I ain't never going to hate him. He may make mistakes, and I'll get mad about it, but hate him ain't going to happen. This is the way I am.
I said the same thing about Matt Ryan in 2008. If everybody remembers, before Matt Ryan, the Michael Vick fiasco had happened in 2007, 2006, and we had Joey Harrington and all these other knuckleheads at quarterbacks. Bobby Petrino left in the middle of the night and quit on us. The Falcons were low, and Matt Ryan took us to the playoffs in his first year.
See?
His first pass, Ronbo, his first game, his very first pass was a touchdown pass, a 42-yarder to Michael Jenkins. I thought, we got something here.
See.
And we've been going to the playoffs ever since, except recently. But
no, you've had a great team down through the years too, and they've surrounded you guys with surrounded around with lots of weaponry all the time. And at some point, of course, if you keep winning, the schedules get rougher every year. Players get picked off because they're so good that other teams want to give them more money. The way the cap is designed is to keep the parity in the NFL. And Tony, quite frankly, I think the parity in the NFL is near here. Look at these records this year. There's 2 or 3 elite teams. Yep. Everybody else is tooth and nail, fighting week after week. It's crazy.
And that's what I was telling my chat. I'm like, look at the talent we had last year and the talent we got this year. We're a less talented team, and we got 2 more wins this year than we got all of last year.
See? It's rough
Figure
out
it out.
here. It is rough out here. Boy.
Yep.
So,
I tried to tell them, I said, guys, because a lot of Falcons fans are talking to play. Yeah, we're in the hunt, but realistically, we're not beating Buffalo or you guys. Y'all's defensive line, Matt Ryan has taken a beating, Ronbo. Matt Ryan is tough. He is tough.
I watched
because
a
you
couple
don't
games
see him
and watched it getting
never
ducked.
see him miss.
Yeah. So your offensive line. So, hey, and you know, it's so funny because this is the thing. You can measure the character of a quarterback. He's not getting a lot of credit for it. People are still remembering the bad throws. But Jimmy G was under siege from that right side. Jimmy G was under siege when he first came to us in 2017. Our offensive line, if you can imagine, was worse that when he came in than it was. That's why that year, I remember, everybody kept saying, we want to see how he plays. I said, you know what? With that offensive line, we're going to lose that kid quick. And he came out there and he did a dance and did some things and he got away and made plays. It was Trent Taylor and Marquise Goodwin was his best receivers. And then we had George Kittle was out. People forget there was no George Kittle. I said, you know, my God, that could be a franchise quarterback. And then this year you look at the right side against Cincinnati. That's not a wimp team. And Jimmy stood in there with guys coming at him 100 miles an hour. Tom Compton was completely confused, and he's still getting off them Jimmy G. I call it quick draw Jimmy. I said, you know, I got to. This is scary. So this week, you guys with a pass rush on us. I'm telling you, man. You guys have won 6 games this year, right?
Yeah, we're 31st in sacks too, Ronbo. So
See.
Well, got a pass rush.
Remember, you had a couple of pass rushers. Remember that year you had the best pass rusher in the NFL, and then all of a sudden he couldn't play.
Big Beasley.
Yeah, Beasley. Where is Beasley now?
He's out of the league, Ronbo, and I can't believe it. He was my favorite player on defense.
Yeah.
He's out of the league.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Here comes that man from Atlanta now.
I don't listen to it. I don't listen to enough, Ronbo. I have. Man, don't come in here trying to undersell the Falcons, man. Y'all are 6-7. We 7-6. Both teams are kind of winning the same. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in here trying to sing us this sleepy song about, the Falcons, they ain't doing this and they ain't doing it. We got to take the Falcons seriously like we take every other team, Ronbo.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a good team over there. They got weapons over there. They got their own Debo, just like our Debo. You know what I'm saying? So
Cordell, yes.
don't sleep on them. They got a capable kicker. You know what I'm saying? We're cool.
And we don't.
They got some nice young receivers. I mean, we can't sleep on them. You know what I'm saying? They got Cordell Patterson. He's out of the backfield. He's lining up on the outside just like who? Debo. So they got cool. They got Mike Davis. They got a solid running back. So they ain't all bad. Their defense is playing just like ours. So
Cordell Patterson has a 100-yard rushing game this year too.
Tony's just a nice guy, and he's being cordial. But listen here,
you know the 49ers. The 49ers. I ain't bad to say about Tony, but he's trying to sing us a lullaby. What are you going for?
Hey, you know it's so funny though, because I guarantee you, Kyle Shanahan, he is not taking the Falcons light. Ain't nobody in Santa Clara taking the Falcons light. You can get your butt handed to you on any given Sunday. Ask the Bills about Jacksonville.
That's true. That's true. I mean, the last meeting, then the Falcons beat them. Yes, they did. So look, we ain't gonna go through that, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? We got to take it seriously.
That's because Julio Jones saved us. We don't have Julio no more.
Hey, you still got a good bunch of young wide receiver quarterbacks. You got Kyle Pitts. You got Russell Gage. You got a good quarterback. So right.
And Kyle Pitts is worrisome. I mean, and Kyle, is he up? Are they looking at him as maybe possibly an offensive rookie of the year?
Yeah, but he's been kind of silent the last couple games, so they just need to get him the ball more.
Yeah.
Well, our running game is pretty good though. We've been running the football better.
And Matt Ryan's still taking deep shots down the field, Ronbo. So
that's what he does.
TNT out of here, Ronbo. Look, shout out to you, Tony. Shout out to you, Tony, too, man. You know what I'm saying?
You too, man.
Great call, man. But don't come in here trying to sing us no lullaby, bro. Where you going for that?
Our left guard is horrible, though. Left guard.
Hey, one other thing, Ronbo. I want to say this. Shout out to the team. We've held bidders on the road this year. I want to say, big ups to our team for being road winners because we don't win at home.
We don't.
And that's something we got to change and turn around. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same with us. We haven't had a home win since November 29th, of 2020. We won all our games on the road.
Hey, we were saying that for weeks coming into this season, so don't feel like the Lone Ranger. Boy, we couldn't win at home. People standing out there. Hey, Tony, you know that game you was laughing about? That team is an indoor team. They came out there in that blizzard and beat y'all. But here's the thing. The 49ers hadn't won a game. What's the first game we won, Trez? We beat who? A few weeks ago. We finally won one game. We've only won one.
At home. Yeah,
at home.
It was the Rams, yeah.
It was the Rams, right. Monday night.
Yeah, Rams.
It was a Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Tony, don't
we'll
feel
get our
alone.
first home win next week against Don Burr's Lions. We're going to win next week.
Oh, yeah. You got to beat them up because Don Burrs, that campaign he's running around, I can already picture him walking the streets of Detroit with that sign up, Detroit versus the world. People walking by him like, just keep a distance from him. Scaring the kids as he walks by, locking the car door and stuff like that, you know. What is wrong with him? God.
Hey, Ronbo, I haven't seen none of them in the chat. Don Burr, Raider Carlos, Larry Hoover.
Well, Raider Carlos.
I haven't seen none of them.
Well, Don Burr production got mad. I tried to talk production, allowing Don to come in and do that. It may be therapeutic for him. I don't know what's wrong with him. It may be. I hope he's okay. But production got tired of him interrupting people's phone calls. They blocked him out. I was amused myself.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Tony, I'm going to go. Hey, tell you what, I'll be back tomorrow if you want to talk some more football. All right, fam.
Yes, sir. I'll be back
Tony.
tomorrow.
Looking for you.
Have a good night.
You too. Night, Tony. Oh, God. It's fun, ain't it? Let's have some more fun tomorrow. I'm going to go and get me, must be a place I can go. Fried. I don't eat fried fish, though, But, man, I have relatives, they live by it, You know what I used to love? Coming home from school. Every my auntie would visit us. You could sit, because my mom wasn't always frying. Mom wasn't that great of a cook anyway. Don't tell her. My mom was the sweetest mom. She could do a turkey, though. But anyway, you'd smell that fried fish like every place probably in the South. You ever been to Louisiana? Ooh, the smells will make you lose your mind. Anyway, it used to be funny because 2 or 3 blocks away from home, as walking home from school, I knew my auntie was there. You could smell that fish frying a mile away. Whew, couldn't wait to buy it. And the skin as crisp as can be. You get past that crispy skin, it was already flavored to death, and that tender meat inside. It's not a good thing to eat, actually, and black people need to stop eating so much fried foods. But that is good. I'm just telling you the truth. And stop it on that hot sauce. Lost your mind? Fam, I'll see you tomorrow, fam. And have a great night. And thanks for the contributions. I know. Hey.